Like, linking it with Wolves, but
it was
Wolves denied
Wolves,
everything.
I don't know.
Recording as well, yeah?
It's probably at Bamford.
Arsenal.
Keep the out players, mate, charge for rape against us.
Yeah, if you can. Just whack it on bench next to you or whatever. Just because otherwise it ruins my camera angles. Disgraceful.
We don't promote beer.
Yeah, true. I wonder if you get like slightly demonetized or something by YouTube if you've got beer on open show and like vapes and stuff. I feel like that's the type of thing that they would do.
Yeah, but then like we'll just put like who from YouTube is watching every single video.
No, it'd be like
there's beer though.
It'd be a program. You what?
No, I was don't know. Yeah, Son's up front.
Team over.
Why has Werner not been playing down the middle for Tottenham? Because
he can't score.
Yeah, but
Probably better out there, isn't he, really?
He's an out-and-out striker.
He's got a bit of pace, hasn't he?
Oh shit, I got one more I mentioned.
Oh shit.
What?
Bet builder? Rapid.
Oh my god. For a sec, let me get a gambling in quick time.
What the
quick.
fuck is going on? We were doing this before. This is why I didn't put it. Let me just do the most outrageous bet. Like fucking 2,000 to 1.
2,000 to 1's a banger. Well, we'll get into it in a sec because I'm just putting us live on everything. And then I'll make Theo say that Arsenal are going to win.
I want to say it was a Tottenham we're going to beat us 4-0.
Oh, don't do that. That's boring. I mean, you can if that's what you think's actually going to happen.
No chance. Other way around.
Are all the... Theo, you just talking to your mic for a sec.
Hello.
Ellis?
Hello.
Charlie? Yeah, sick. All good. I just wanted to make sure I actually turned them back up because it's the type of thing I wouldn't do.
To be fair, nothing was worse than my first episode.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. That was real bad.
That was a poor start on it. 55 to 1, let's do it. £1 on it.
What is it? Go on.
Son to score, Trossard to score, Romero books, Gabriel books. Straight up.
Nice.
Son to score.
Yeah. Trossard's on fire as well at the moment. Martinelli.
The thing with Arsenal, I can never like when I do my FPL and stuff, I can never. We have a new score every week, so
Yeah.
I can't
I know,
see a pattern or like be like, oh yeah, I'll have Saka 2 weeks in a
You've
row.
got goals from all over, really, haven't you?
Because it'll be Saka who scores, then Odegaard, then Martinelli, then Trossard, then
You've not like
Havertz.
just got an out-and-out scorer, have you, really?
No. And
What the fuck is going on here?
Tim, if I have
That's very American, that, isn't it?
What the is that a thing they do every week?
What? Someone's skydiving off top at stadium?
How they do it when Wolves come, do you know what I mean? It's a spectacle, this, isn't it?
Burnley at home.
Innit?
Imagine.
Well. It's a weird way to do it. But
I got violated most on TikTok last time.
on TikTok?
Yeah, just people commenting saying the guy in the black hoodie's got not got a clue.
Do you know what? Valid.
Do you know what? It's not that bad, to be fair. It's pretty tame when it comes to abuse.
I saw another Ollie Ball comment. That one cracks.
Ollie Ball. I've had Ollie Ball. I've had Harry Maguire. I've had
Harry Maguire made me laugh.
I had Harry Potter's cousin.
Dudley Dursley.
I had that. Jesus. Didn't know Harry Maguire was an Arsenal fan.
Right. Anyway, Tottenham against Arsenal. Charlie, we'll start with you. What's your score prediction?
I'm going to go for 3-1 Arsenal.
Damn. Theo, what you thinking?
I'm gonna match that. I think also 3-1 Arsenal.
Woo, big predictions. Ellis.
2-1 Spurs.
Fuck off. Just to be tasty. I'm gonna go 1-1.
Okay.
I think it'll end up just being a draw. After we all hype it up, it'll end up being a bit dead.
The only reason I don't think I just can't see the title race being over this week.
Yeah, I would like to think that it's not going to be, but at the same time, this is the biggest game of the season, especially for both teams right now. The biggest game that's left. Tottenham need to win to get top four, so they're not just going to roll over. And then obviously you lot need to win to stay in the title race. It's really tough.
After a very convincing display against Chelsea, I mean, I know Chelsea's shit, but still to put 5 past anyone's impressive, and obviously scoring goals this year. I've only said Tottenham just to throw a spanner in the works, but I do see Arsenal can win it, but at the end of the day, it's Tottenham's ground, and they do quite well here against the big teams.
Yeah, I think they'll beat Man City.
Do you?
They always do it.
Yeah, you just hope.
Is it at their ground?
It's at their ground as well.
Yeah, City can't score at their ground for some reason.
So I can see that. I mean, Aston Villa dropped points this weekend, so I think they've got a bit less pressure on them Tottenham. Obviously, I mean, they're still like 5 points behind or whatever it is, but
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that display against Chelsea was unbelievable. How are you feeling after that, by the way? We've not spoke to you since then.
I was so happy. You know, best player in the league, Kai Havertz.
Bold.
What a bargain.
Yeah, what a bargain. Would have paid 100. Nah, but honestly, it's the first time I've watched Arsenal since about January when we'll be in Sheffield United and everybody else 5-0 and 6-0.
West Ham and teams like that.
Yeah. So it's the first time in about 6 weeks now where I've watched, or 8 weeks that I've watched Arsenal and actually enjoyed it.
Just being relaxed.
Yeah, just had a good time.
Must be nice.
The Arsenal I've been used to this season.
I really enjoyed it. To be honest, I don't enjoy much more than Chelsea getting battered.
Go on,
Odegaard in the box here
Who's
for
there?
Arsenal. Pretty poor in the
Yeah,
end.
should be doing better.
It's pretty mad that there's just nobody in
Yeah.
the box. I mean, I know he won it like quite far up the pitch, but
Still, you expect someone to be on it, don't you?
really missing like an out-and-out striker, I think, aren't you? But it's testament to your team how well you've done and the goals that you've scored without what I'd say a traditional out-and-out striker. So you just got to think what that'd bring to the fucking team. It's crazy, really.
It's mental because Jesus, he was like this at Manchester City, and then you signed him, and then everyone seems kind of surprised that he's not a great out-and-out striker.
It's less of an issue with him as it's more of an issue of like, why did we sign him?
I think he's better as like a false nine, him, not like a straight
It's not that he's a bad player, he's just not what we need.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but who needs him? Who needs a striker who's not a great striker? Now, what team would he fit into well in the Premier League?
Not
in the
anymore.
Premier League. He'd probably do well abroad, to be honest. In the other kind of leagues, you see him doing well in like Germany or Spain or something like that. But I just don't see him doing it for a
But
team.
it can work. I mean, if we look at Liverpool, they were one of the best teams in the world, and they had Firmino up top.
Yeah, true,
but it
but
fit the
also
system.
Salah and Mane.
Yeah,
That was the system that they were playing with. Like the way you
so
guys
it can
play,
work.
It can work, but the way you guys play, you could do with a striker. I mean, Havertz he's not really an out-and-out striker. He can play more as a false, can't he? But you just need a proven goal scorer because you've got goals coming from all over the pitch. But you just need somebody who's going to consistently do it, I think.
The thing is with Jesus, I despise him. I've said it on every podcast I've been on so far. I never want to see that man play as a number 9 for Arsenal again.
Oh, tell us how you really feel.
I hate him. And then when he plays on the wing, he's a bit better. Still not great. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him as a number 10, where Odegaard is off the bench.
I think that he'd do
I've
better
never seen
in that.
him there, so just to see.
He'd do better in that position, but I don't think he's better than any of the options you've
No,
got
but
now.
off the bench. So if Odegaard, it's better than being on Fabio Vieira.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be happy about it, would you?
No, but if we're going to keep him around, I'd rather him play there or maybe on the wing than striker.
Yeah, that does make sense. I don't know. I think it's a tough one. But we mentioned Chelsea getting absolutely panned. What's happened with them this season, boys?
The team full of individuals out there, really.
It's rough. I actually thought Chelsea spent how much in the summer? Well, in the last couple of transfer windows combined, they've spent nearly £1 billion on players and seem to have Tottenham in the box. And seem to have one of the worst squads around. It's like they've got no cohesion at all within the team.
It's almost as if they've just bought players that the stats were good. They've not looked at them play football. Like Nicholas Jackson scored like 10 plus goals in La Liga last season. For young, he's got to be good at. It doesn't even seem like they've watched him play.
Yeah,
He's a donkey up front for them.
it's mad. Jackson's missed, I think, the third most big chances in the Premier League this year.
I'm going to come to his defence, to be fair.
He's a good player, but he's just not a good finisher, but that's his job.
The thing is, right, like when I was watching him against Arsenal, I know we battered him 5-0, but he played really well. He just can't shoot for shit.
Nope.
He gets in positions all the time. He made Saliba and Gabriel look pants at times.
Yeah,
Getting
but it
past
doesn't matter if you can't finish.
Well, I'm guessing it'll be a confidence thing because when Drogba joined Chelsea in 2004, 2005, he was shite his first 18 months, 2 years, and then he slowly built in and then slowly became one of the top 10 best strikers of all time.
Speaking of Drogba, he's shaved his head clean as well, hasn't he? He's trying to channel his inner Drogba. Seen him yesterday. See your reflection in that head.
But I just think Jackson, he is quite good on the ball and does have some good attributes, like physicality is quite well, but I never, ever have confidence in him scoring. It reminds me of when Werner was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
When Werner was at Chelsea, he'd get in good positions. He'd actually be quite a useful attacker, but he just would never manage to put the ball in the back of the net.
Not reliable in finishing, really.
But then you look at Caicedo, £110 million signing.
Yeah, we nearly got him.
Yeah. Liverpool could have had him. Would you have wanted him?
At the time, I would have, obviously would have taken a big signing. He's young.
I think you've done quite well getting Endo, to be honest.
No, Endo's been unbelievable this season.
Yeah.
To say how much he's cost.
Yeah, it's mental. He's had
It's
just
a
as good a
bargain.
season, if not a better
The
season.
expectation to what we thought he was going to bring and what he did bring was completely different things.
Would you not still take Caicedo though? Obviously,
Not for the price
it's not going to
tag.
happen anymore. But like, if you were to put in 80 million for him now, would you have him?
If 80 million, no way.
Oh, no.
Nah, you wouldn't pay 80 for him at this
You'd
point.
be quite happy. You'd be relatively happy if he was around the 30 million marker. Honestly,
30 million. That's a bit low. Because can we clarify? Caicedo has been good. He's been pretty solid for Chelsea.
Yeah,
this
I was going
season.
to say, I think people are
He's not
actually
been
overhit.
bad. He's not been bad, but when it comes to the price tag, it's like you look at Grealish going to City. I know it's a different player, different position, but the price tag is always going to reflect on how you view them and their contribution to the team. Because if it's 110 million, that's a lot of money, and he's not like setting it alight, but he's been good. Don't
He's
get me
just
wrong.
solid. If he was 50 mil, everyone would be saying, yeah, that's a pretty decent signing. It's pretty solid. But because it's 110, it takes it to a different level. But I think this with a lot of signings. We said it about Havertz last week. I think sometimes the price tag sets expectations which were never realistic. And no one ever expected him to instantly be the best player in the league, best midfielder in the league. But because of the price tag, he should be, because he costs more than Rice.
But I think the issue with fans nowadays, I think I'm quite good at differentiating it. I'm quite good at differentiating between, spent loads for him, but he's still been good. So as in terms of how he's been playing, Caicedo has been playing good.
Yeah.
But then obviously if you look in the grand scheme, they spent 110 million on him. So as a player, he's done quite well, just not up to the price tag.
Yeah, well, the price tag's out of his control, like you say, and
Yeah.
it's going to affect how we view it. But he's been a solid player, but there's always going to be that element of it in there, really, when you look back on it.
So I wouldn't say he's been a bad signing,
He's definitely
but
not.
for the money, yes.
Out of all the signings they've made, he's definitely not the worst.
He's been one of the better ones, definitely, because there has been some howlers. Don't get me wrong. Here we go.
Arsenal on the edge of the box with Odegaard. Trossard. Oh, that's horrible.
Not really aiming
That's
for
got to
him.
be a free kick. That's a very good position for a free kick.
Yeah, but once again, this season I don't think I've seen us score a free kick.
He takes him.
Changes Odegaard, Saka, sometimes Trossard.
Does anyone actually score any?
No, I don't think we. Not that I remember this season us scoring a free kick.
Or did you just say that like 3 seconds ago?
What is that trim as well?
Yeah.
I was too concentrated.
James Madison's trim. Brother, ugh.
All right, I want to actually concentrate on this for a sec. I'm intrigued as to who's going to take it. I don't know why Rice is
What's
there, as if
Declan
he's
doing?
going to take it.
Declan can hit him, mate.
Yeah, no, I'm not against that. For West Ham, he used to take. Yeah, he scored quite a few for West Ham, 3 or 4.
I'd probably have a left footer on it, not going to lie.
I'm surprised Saka's not in there.
Yeah. He's not full of confidence at the moment, is he?
So someone in the comments put, "Come on, Arsenal, do it for Villa."
Do it for Villa.
You know what? I respect that. I agree. Maybe not for Villa, but just for Arsenal.
I think Tottenham's a team where everybody mutually hates them or just dislikes
I just
them.
think I have no feeling for or against Tottenham. In my entire life, they've just been a nothing club forever. And I know as a Leeds fan, that's a bit of a rough thing to say because we've actually been worse. But Tottenham,
obviously.
there's no excitement about them other than a cool stadium. I'll give them that much. Odegaard straight into the wall.
That's what I mean. Like Odegaard, like I don't think I've ever seen a score a free kick this season.
It's not a great attempt. It always winds me up hitting the wall.
But I want to get back onto the Chelsea signings. Another one, which I think I didn't realise how much this man was. Lavia.
Yeah.
60
I was going to
million.
bring him up in the last debate. We nearly signed him. I don't think he's touched grass this season.
It's mad.
He's played one game, I think.
60 million. Is that one of the worst signings in
How
Premier League
old
history?
is he? Like 19, 20?
He's still young, yeah.
Yeah, but so it's an investment, but fucking hell, they've not seen any return on that. Are they? Spent more time on an
But
operating table?
even excluding the return, I still don't think based on his season at Southampton, he was 60 million. He was okay at Southampton.
Just throwing money about
He was one of the better players in a team that went down. That isn't that good.
That doesn't that doesn't justify a 60 million pound
no
price tag. I don't know if we'll ever see anything from him, to be honest. I feel like he's just going to be one of those that sits on the bench.
I feel like he went quite under the radar though. No one seems to. Everybody seems to mention Caicedo or Madrid.
But he goes under the radar because he's just
never
not
playing.
there. Yeah, he's just not there.
But I never see anyone really complaining. Oh, we spent 60 million on Lavia.
I've forgotten about him.
Forgot he exists.
Genuinely, I forgot about him until I looked up like the window. I completely forgot that they'd fucking signed him. And obviously, I'm not a Chelsea fan, so it's probably more expected. But I was genuinely shocked when I read it. I couldn't believe it. 60 million as well.
It's quite amusing to think Lavia was 60 million and there's still like 4 or 5 players who were more expensive than him. That flopped.
Oh.
Yeah. On to another one. Nkunku. Another 60 million. Although, to be fair to him...
I don't know if you can judge him. He's been injured for like a fair portion.
Well, it's the same
of
as
the
Lavia
season.
then. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying anything about him as a player because we've not seen enough of him to be able to judge him.
But that is kind of why Chelsea are falling down, and they spend all this money on the big players. And Nkunku was actually unbelievable in the Bundesliga, and I expected big things from him. I think we did a predictions at the start of the year, and I had him in like top 5 scorers in the Prem.
Yeah.
And then he's just been completely knackered all season. I think he's played 2 games.
He was, like you said, he set
Well,
that
he
league alight.
wasn't even a prospect. He was like 24. He'd scored 20 plus goals, I think, 2 seasons in a row. So you just expect a lot.
Good touch, Odegaard.
Oh, it's in.
Yes! Get in!
Kai Havertz for Arsenal.
How many times do I need to say on this podcast, Havertz is so good?
Wait, is he offside or something? No?
No.
Oh. Looks like Odegaard's offside.
Oh. 60 million down the drain.
Yeah, it's fantastic as well.
That was great by Odegaard, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's off, innit?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Offside.
Damn it.
Well, Theo, you nearly saw Arsenal score on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. The curse still remains. doesn't it?
An interesting fact for everyone, is this the
Fourth. This is my
fourth
podcast.
time Theo's come on to watch Arsenal and he's yet to see him score a goal, never mind win a game.
That's the closest you've come, though, mate.
Yeah. 0-0 at City, 2-0 at Aston Villa, 1-0 at Munich. God.
3-0 to Tottenham, come on.
Cry.
But yeah, Nkunku, I think he might come good if he can actually stay fit for an extended period of time because he is definitely a good player, but it just depends. And we'll move on to Starboy, Palmer, 45 million.
Bargain.
That's one of the best signings ever.
Signing of the season without a shadow of a
Gone.
doubt.
Ooh.
It's just I don't really think it's up for debate.
Don't know where they'd be without him.
In the relegation
Like,
scrap.
literally.
Do you think they would have gone down without him?
Because at the end of the day, you can look at it like this and take his contributions and say they'd be here without him, but it'd be different games with him not there. Someone else would have popped up with a goal here and there. So you can't really look at it like that. But without him, as it stands, as it looks, they'd be fucking
15th, 16th.
That's a wild start, isn't it? Chelsea going down without Palmer is not something you'd expect. Especially, it made it funnier the fact that Poch said before the Arsenal game, we want to prove we're not Cole Palmer FC. Then they got battered 5-0. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. But is he up for player of the season for you lot?
Yeah. Oh, they scored.
Who was that?
Arsenal actually 1-0 this time.
Was that Saka?
On goal, I think.
I think it might have been.
Looked on
It definitely
goal.
hit somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're running that
Theo,
way.
you've seen Arsenal score.
Yes! Arsenal have scored.
Technically, I haven't. Tottenham's got no.
Let him have it, man.
We take what we can take. See, stuff like this I love about Arsenal and the new vibe around the club. We've just scored and they're having a chat again. They're regrouping themselves.
Mentality monsters, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Points to the head.
Whoa.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, they would celebrate, but Jamie Carragher will have something to say about it.
Let's see what actually happened.
Celebration place is one of the worst things in football.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, what a finish.
He's just nodded it.
I've got him down for a yellow, so I hope he's lost his head.
That's actually a sick. Heuberg with a banging header there. What's he trying to do?
That's a fantastic
Yeah. What?
He's definitely got a bet on.
match fixing. Sort it out.
1-0 to the Arsenal, 15 minutes in. Every time I try to talk about Chelsea, Arsenal just fuck it up.
Popped up.
In the best way possible,
I'll
but
tell you what, that's our 15th corner we've scored this year.
well, it's quite impressive
Must
actually.
be nice.
It's like 6 more than everybody else in the league as well.
I think we've had 140 corners since we last scored from one.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous like that.
Someone put go on Arsenal top.
Cheers, mate. I'm not getting clowned on this week.
So well, we've got time yet. We've got time yet, bro.
Still coming.
David Ray.
Yeah, Palmer. Do you think he's in with a shout of player of the season in the Premier League?
Got to be honest.
Honestly, yeah,
Just
100%.
Does that mean 100% he's winning it?
No,
or?
just he's in with a shout. Of course
Definitely
he is.
top 3. I think it's silly if you don't have him in top 3. Number 1,
It depends on the rest of the season.
I think the only issue with Cole Palmer, I think, although he's been very good, I think he looks better because Chelsea is so shit. Do you know what I mean?
I guess.
Like if you were to put, I don't know, Watkins in that team, he'd probably get double. Well, maybe not double, but more than what Cole Palmer's offering.
Would he
Do you
though?
think?
'Cause I feel like Cole Palmer creates the chances for himself a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Watkins normally gets it like slid through, ball in behind.
I just think since he's the one scoring and getting all the assists because no one else is.
I actually fully disagree with you on that
I
statement.
think I do as well.
Like Watkins is fantastic in a Villa team, but it's taken years for him playing there to build up to this level. And Palmer's just gone in his first season and is doing this well. I don't think Watkins would have a similar output. They're completely different type of players, though. It's the wrong people.
Yeah,
to
I
compare.
don't.
It's hard to be like directly comparative, but
Maybe if you use an argument with Maddison because Maddison's playing now.
yeah, no, but I don't know. You've got to look at his Villa, a well-oiled, finely tuned machine at the moment. Under Emery, they've had a great season. You look at Chelsea, there's just
Tottenham, a
bit
Tottenham corner this time.
there's no plan, is there? It's just
Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking any credit away from Cole Palmer. I still
Yeah.
think he is definitely top 3.
yeah, of course.
Maybe even first. I'm not. If someone said to me he's best player in the league this season, I'm not going to argue it. The fact he's top scorer right now.
Yeah, fair enough. I just think,
I just think he's scoring as many as he is because no one else is.
if it wasn't for him, Chelsea would be royally fucked. And
Yes.
he's got to be in with a shout. But to be honest, I'm also
Ooh.
Tottenham really close there from a corner. Is that Romero?
Is awful, isn't it? For Maddison.
Yeah, it's honking, isn't it? I don't know what he's doing there.
What do you mean?
Oh, I hate him all.
Yours looks better than that, though.
Just fucking slaying me. Another Chelsea signing, Disasi, is that how you say
Disasi,
it?
yeah.
Disasi.
I think he's been all right.
Yeah.
Been all right, but 40 million still quite a lot.
In today's market, I don't think 40 million is ridiculous. I think he's relatively solid. I know they've been pretty shit, but I think he's probably one of the better signings that they did make. I'm not going to lie. He's played a lot. He's played like 30 games in the Premier League, which is, I think, most of the games that they've had.
He's had a few howlers.
Yeah,
though. Like he's made some big mistakes that he shouldn't really be. But then again, so is Chelsea the entire season.
Yeah.
That's just the season, isn't it? But
To be fair, he's not a stinker, is he? He's not stinking
No,
up the gaff.
no,
He's
definitely.
just all right.
See, 40 million is quite cheap in terms of Chelsea.
yeah,
Yeah, true.
When you look at the other ones that we've got on the list, it's a steal, in it really.
Chelsea went, are you sure you don't want another 20 on that?
Yeah.
Someone in the comments said Foden top 3 for Premier League
Yeah.
player of the
Yeah,
season this year.
100%.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
100%.
It's actually a really tough debate. I mean, we're actually going to do our Premier League team of the season later on, so we'll see who makes it into that, but slightly different. We already spoke about Jackson, but what do we think about Sanchez in net for 25 million?
Fine. I don't
Just
mind.
all right.
25 million's good, but I don't think he's lived up to how good Sanchez was at Brighton.
Yeah, but I think that happens with a lot of players at
Yeah.
Brighton, and I think it's just because Brighton are worse.
Not even just players, managers. But,
So price tag's very good, but underwhelming for how good he was at Brighton.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Brighton is because they're kind of the underdogs 24/7. You see it a lot when their player leaves. People somehow expect more from them.
Dangerous.
Tottenham, what an amazing save! Or did that hit the
I think
I
post?
think
Post.
it hit post.
Dangerous.
Real close from Tottenham there.
They've had 2 good chances now.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have.
they're up for
That
it
was
now.
well defended from Havertz.
Jeez, give it him. Give him it.
Go on, Kai.
I want to see this again. I don't know if it actually hit the post or was
Yeah.
it save.
If it's the same, it's a
I'm
great
pretty sure it
save.
did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
post.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, Romero should have probably scored there.
Yeah, outside that post as well.
Damn.
That's 2 headed chances in relatively quick succession, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably poor marking from Partey though.
Partey really doesn't seem to be the one for me. I can't lie.
He can be. He's
inconsistent
injured.
though, isn't he?
Yeah, but inconsistency comes when you're injured that often. But
True, but is he one you'd rely on if you're pushing for the title next year? Do you want him in your squad?
to be honest, when fully fit and playing well, like when
But there's a
When
lot.
he's playing well.
There's a lot going. Obviously, when he's playing well, you want him in the squad.
So my point being, my perfect Arsenal midfield is Partey DM, Rice to the left of him, and Odegaard to the right of him. The issue with Partey is we've not had a chance to see that at all because we've not had a chance to see that with Partey because he's either been injured or he's not having a string of games or Jorginho's been one of the best midfielders in the Arsenal team.
Yeah, Jorginho's done better than I expected.
Great
to be honest.
signing.
Yeah.
So I just think circumstances hasn't really favoured Partey to show. But I mean, 2 seasons ago and the first half of last season, he was by far one of our best players.
Yeah, I think it's quite rough as well because you try to compare him to Rice in many ways, and Rice is just a different level to pretty much any midfielder in the Premier League. So it's a really tough comparison.
Definitely. Well, in soccer.
Tottenham have been on the front foot here since Arsenal scored. Tottenham
Got to score.
and it's 1-1.
Offside?
Nope.
Mickey van der Ven.
Van der Ven with the goal.
Great player.
Theo,
Yes, Joe.
tough man.
We've got a game on his hands here now, boys, haven't we?
This is a good one. 20 minutes in, 2 goals. This is all I wished for. A big scoring game. What's happened? You've completely taken your foot off the gas since you scored.
We've been on top.
I don't know. I think we've got comfortable now.
Tactical disaster class.
Maybe a stretch.
Yeah, it's only 20 minutes.
It's only been like 4 minutes since we scored.
Yeah, all right,
5
mate, all
minutes.
I agree, to be honest. So.
Offside? What are we saying?
He could be, actually.
He's offside?
He is, isn't he?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
he is.
gotta be.
He's offside there.
Well
Oh, no. 2.
You jammy bastard.
Oh,
Actually.
is that Gabriel or Saliba?
I think he's
He
off.
looks off
Just
to me.
only maybe.
Oh, this is millimetres.
I don't even think it's that close. He looks offside.
Nah, look at the Arsenal player closest to us, though.
No, but look at that.
Yeah, that's well close.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Gabriel's back foot, is it?
He might be on there, actually.
Yeah, I think he might be on with his shoulder or his arse even.
Oh, my God. It's his
No,
trailing leg
but-
in it as well. And he's
It's because he's throwing it back.
That's so hard to tell.
I hate offside decisions like this. In my opinion, if it's by like a couple of centimetres, it should just be onside.
There's no clear advantages.
Yeah, offside wasn't designed for 2 centimetres offside. It was designed for if someone's lurking around the net, if
Fucking
someone's
goal langers.
a metre or 2 before.
For me, this can't get given, though, if the Coventry one didn't get given.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that Coventry one was annoying as well, though. That doesn't mean 2 wrongs don't make a right, Theo.
Yeah, but consistency. That's what you want. I'd rather it be consistently shit than sometimes.
There is no consistency with VAR. Oh, they're going to be checking this for about 10 years, are they? I think it'll end up being on, you know.
Get the lines out, man. There we go. Oh,
What?
Yes!
Van der Ven's goal is offside. It's still 1-0 to Arsenal. Maybe this will wake them up a little
I
bit.
told you that was clearly offside.
I mean, you said it
It was
straight
never-
away, but it was never clear. You were never confident about it.
I didn't see Gabriel, though. I saw it from the other side.
Well, you got a bit lucky there.
Get in.
I'm celebrating like they've just scored.
I got an interesting stat for you.
Go on.
Harry Kane has become the first player in history to score or assist against every Bundesliga team in one season.
In his
against,
debut season.
yeah, everyone he's played, he's scored or assisted against.
Is that in every single game, or?
Yeah.
'Cause
So,
he
like,
obviously-
obviously 2 fixtures,
like,
yeah, but
okay.
he's done it against each of them.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, best striker in the world.
Literally. I don't think there's any debate about it. Last year, there was the debate of him or Haaland. I don't know anyone that's picking Haaland over Harry
No.
Kane now.
I didn't pick him. I wouldn't picked him last year, even after all his goals. I'm not going to lie.
Do you know what I might have done last year just because
Yeah, I
he came
would've-
in and broke the record?
No,
I couldn't
Yeah.
not.
I still picked Kane, but
I think Haaland was more clinical last year than he was this season.
Yeah, this season, Haaland hasn't been anywhere near as good.
The only issue with Haaland, and I'll get as much stick for it as ever, but people say this about players all the time, but Haaland this season has genuinely ghosts in big games. Real Madrid, so in the Champions League, in the Premier League against Arsenal, he did naffle.
There's a clip that you put out on TikTok when we were speaking about Haaland earlier in the season, and I stand by it that he's very one-dimensional.
He's not a good footballer, is he?
Yeah.
Like,
He's
he
a
just
goal
doesn't.
scorer.
He doesn't fill me with confidence. If he's got to take on a man or actually pick out a nice pass, I don't ever see him doing it. I can't lie.
Yeah,
And he's missed the most big chances in the league this year.
That's saying something because I've watched Darwin Núñez all season.
yeah. Well, we'll talk about him a little bit later. But the fact that Haaland's beaten that, everyone thinks, oh, he's just a great finisher. That's
no, he fell there. He was already
that
down.
2 penalty shouts there for Tottenham in the 26th.
Not sure.
You're under the cosh here.
Yeah, Tottenham have been absolutely battering
Switch it
Arsenal.
then.
Oh, good ball.
Touch, how is it? Oh,
Saka in the box for Arsenal.
What are you doing?
Cut
Come on, Saka.
Can they bring it back though?
Get in, Bukayo.
Thought he ruined it, cutting it back.
Same.
They can't bring it back for a penalty either, can they?
Can they not?
Unless it's a clear and obvious.
Yeah, unless it's clear and obvious
error. Imagine if that happened now, I'd love it.
Jesus.
2-0 to Arsenal.
Come on.
That cutting was not good as well. Do you know? But
He always does a very shit cutting.
Wait. I'm sorry. Why are Arsenal doing this little weird team meeting after both goals?
They need to after what's been going on for the last 10 minutes.
It didn't help them last time.
No, it didn't. That's a good point.
What is going on there? That is proper weird to me.
Come on, Bukayo. Oh,
That's no.
I think he slipped the first one.
Oh,
it's not clear and obvious. So
it looks pretty clear and obvious
looks like
to me.
a penalty to me, that, but
no, but the ref stood right.
I need a
close.
closer angle. I don't want to see it from a drone.
If you look where the ref is yards away from it. But Saka always does this cutting and then just P-rolls it in.
I mean, to be fair, that wasn't a P-roll. That was a good finish.
Along the floor.
When he cut it in, I thought he'd fucked it because it was bobbling as well.
yeah.
But it's actually a fantastic finish from
great
Saka.
finish.
Well in. I love that.
I want to see a better angle of that.
Yeah.
challenge, man.
Well, I guess they won't be pulling it back now because they'd already said something, won't they?
Goal and assist though from Saka.
Take that for the fantasy.
Yeah, I've got him in there as well.
Oh, I think I've got him. I forgot to change my captain this week, and it was still Darwin Núñez.
I've got to change my team tally. I've got Haaland on my bench still.
Yeah, well, it stands. It's a goal, 2-0.
2-0 to Arsenal, despite Tottenham actually being on top, and it kicks off with Tottenham on the attack. Whoa.
Tell you what, it's not done this, though. It isn't.
I think if they concede again, maybe, but they've been fantastic so far.
Top one, grab one.
Tottenham corner.
Makes it very interesting.
This has been an entertaining first half an hour. I'm loving it so far.
28 minutes in, mate. Don't mind that.
We finally scored. Have we scored 2?
Oh, bro's buzzing. He's coming back every week if it stays like this. Watch, now all that needs to happen is Tottenham to score 3 and you'll be retiring.
Yeah, no, I'm done. If they score. If Tottenham win this game, I'm never coming back on the podcast again.
I hope it happens just for the clip. Just to clip that bit up.
You'll see me on there next week.
I'll be like, whoa.
Yeah, I didn't mean it.
But on the title race, Charlie, Liverpool.
I don't want to talk about it. No, I do want to talk about it, but I don't.
Liverpool have fallen apart more than Leeds have. Maybe not, actually. Is that a bit drastic?
Bit drastic.
But what's happened? What has actually gone wrong? Because at one point, about a month ago, everyone was saying Liverpool on for the treble. Now.
It was when your big players stop shining in the big games and just fall apart. I think when Salah's just stopped, he's dropped off it now. We've got Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez. I think they're just not clinical enough.
Yeah, his last goal contribution was against Man United, and it was a penalty on the 7th of April.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So once he stops firing, you got to trust on people that aren't as clinical as he is.
Well, I've been saying all year, I think Diaz is one of the most wasteful players in the league. He's actually a good footballer, but in terms of finishing...
Yeah, he's got the ball. He's got the ball.
In terms of finishing, he's not that good. Do you think it's maybe time for Salah to leave? There was those big bids from Saudi in the summer. They were like upwards of 100 million. I don't think that it'd be that much now, but did you see the stuff from yesterday?
I think 2 days ago, if you'd asked me, I'd say no. But after the thing with Klopp, it just looked like he was frustrated, and you can't do that.
Have you seen the angle that came out last night? I think it was from behind. No. If I recorded it.
Yeah, I see.
The argument started because Klopp went to go shake his hand, and Salah sort of like slapped it, but like shaking his hand but slapping it. And then Klopp was like, shake my hand. And Salah was like, nah, it's fine. Piss off.
It's a bit of a weird move though for a manager that's been there for so long. If I was a Liverpool fan, and Charlie, let us know what you think about it, but I wouldn't like Salah feeling like he can disrespect the manager like that.
No, because although he's been probably our best player for the past few seasons, he's not bigger than the fans love Jurgen Klopp. We love Jurgen Klopp. So to see him disrespect him when on his finals few games,
yeah,
it's not right.
It's not good luck, is it?
No.
But then I would argue, if it was any other player, yeah, but it applies both ways. Without Salah, Klopp doesn't win the Champions League. Without Klopp, Salah doesn't win the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
So I think them two are 50-50 with it. It's not like, oh yeah, they still would have won the Champions League anyway. For me, Liverpool would not have won the Champions League, not have got to the finals if they didn't have Salah.
Oh yeah, they need both factors, but no matter what, as a football club...
Timo Werner's come off.
Must have got injured or something, because he was actually playing quite well. But yeah, no matter what, as a football club, the manager always takes the highest position. And Salah, it'd worry me now because if he feels like he can treat Klopp like that and disrespect him in the public eye, he knows it's on TV, he knows everyone's going to see it. Even after the match, what did he say? I've got it. There's going to be fire if I speak.
Yeah, that was interesting because Klopp said they sorted it.
Yeah.
And he said that.
Yeah, so that seems a bit.
So, but to me now, I'm looking and thinking, well, if he thinks he can disrespect Klopp like that,
Imagine
how's
the
he going to
manager.
treat the new manager who has no power, really?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, because Klopp's a big guy at Liverpool, and anyone else comes in, if he thinks he can disrespect Klopp that's brung everything to the club for the past 7 years, someone new comes in, he's going to think he's a big man, but I'm not sure.
Who represents Liverpool more though? In terms of football, is it Klopp or Salah?
Jurgen Klopp.
Klopp.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Who represents?
Like
them more?
like when you think of Liverpool, do you think Klopp or do you
Yeah.
think Salah?
Klopp.
He's the man.
Okay.
I think obviously Salah's probably better for marketing, especially in other countries. He'll have done absolute wonders for him. But I think in Europe, Klopp's built it though. Klopp has made Salah the player he is. He was nowhere near this good when he joined Liverpool.
From the owner's perspective, though, who's bigger for the club, Klopp or Salah? Like, who would if you said to the owners of Liverpool, you can only keep one. I know Klopp's leaving, so it's a bit of a
Klopp.
But if you would say, like, you can only have one.
Klopp,
Yeah, but it's about longevity as well. Like this season, it might be Salah, but also this season, Salah's not been as good.
Yeah, but then he has been one of the best players.
Still
if not
the
the
manager,
best.
He's still
isn't
good. but
He's every season for the past 7.
It's still the manager. You can always get like another winger and they'll pop up and maybe not be as consistently good, but the manager sets the tone and he basically dictates how the team performs. The manager's bigger than the player, especially when it's a manager like Klopp, I think.
Yeah, I don't like it when a player disrespects a manager like that in public. We've seen it in the Cup the other year when it was Kepa and Sarri. And obviously that was to a much worse level, but it just doesn't set a good image of what the training ground must be like and what the atmosphere around the players and squad must be like. Because if you're doing that to Jurgen Klopp in front of 60,000 people and another million watching on TV, then how's the morale behind closed doors? I know that Liverpool are going through it and they've kind of bottled it a little bit, but
it's the last thing you need, isn't it? For the squad to be like separated, especially when they've got a new manager and you want to keep your big players, but if the squad morale's like distance between each other, it's not good.
I get Salah's frustration because Liverpool have been shite these past couple of weeks and Salah's not been playing. So in Salah's eyes, even though Salah is probably part of the problem because Salah's not been at all to his level, in his head, because every footballer's got an ego to him, he's not been playing, Liverpool have been shit and not scoring.
No, but when he has been playing, he's been
worse.
Yeah, but then I feel like he'll think... Right,
he played in the Merseyside derby, he started and he did absolutely nothing.
I've never seen someone ghost in a game so much.
I mean, Diaz was the only attacking player with any threat that game. It was mental.
Yeah, he was just really quiet, wasn't he?
And do you know, I did a video on the Merseyside derby. Did you know that since 2010, Everton have only beaten Liverpool twice since 2010 up to this week.
It's mental.
So that proves how big of a drop off it is.
I'll tell you what, he's so pacey. Like you're not beating him in a foot race. Not many people.
Someone in the comments said Salah or Hazard. I guess they mean Prime.
Hazard.
No.
Prime Hazard.
Is it though?
It's always Salah for me.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I'm taking a Prime Hazard.
What are you taking, Joe?
I think...
Prime Salah week in, week out.
I don't know, that's
I
really
think
tough.
Salah, I think the better player is Hazard.
In terms of skill on the ball, dribbling, probably Hazard.
Hazard is a better footballer. Hazard is one of the best footballers the Premier League has ever seen. But in terms of output and what they achieved, and
Salah's done it across more seasons.
Salah,
really.
yeah.
But we're talking Prime v Prime, aren't we?
And I may also add, Salah, you can class this season, I guess, but Salah's never really had a season where he's ghosted.
Yeah.
Hazard had one in 2015-16 where he was abysmal.
Do you know, I'm actually going to go Salah. I think for what he's done for Liverpool, for what he's won. Do you know, I was thinking about this the other day. There was talks when Liverpool won the Champions League. There was genuine conversations of if that Liverpool squad is the best team in Premier League history.
No chance.
There was, if you looked online, there was people saying, well, Van Dijk's one of the best centre-backs, Salah and Mane, two of the best wingers in history. Firmino's a fantastic centre-forward.
Won the league once.
Fabinho was unbelievable. Like, Robertson and Trent have been two of the best full-backs for years.
So can I clarify that team is better than the City team that beat him to the title?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there was a conversation.
Yeah. So surely you can't argue that if there was a team that was very similar to that stayed as that team for 3 years and beat him to the title.
No, I agree, but I do think that
So there was a better team.
there was a better team, but they were also, like, City wanted to win the Champions League for years. Liverpool won that and won the league within a short period of time. So there's got to be a similar conversation to the skill level of those two teams. If you're comparing them, City have had more longevity, but they've also kept topping it up with better and better players. Liverpool haven't quite done the same.
I wouldn't even have them in top 3.
No, I'd maybe like 5th or 6th.
5th or 6th, yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know, because you in that team there were a few players who were you won't compare them to Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, like Wijnaldum, Henderson. Like, they were good servants for the club. But
It's
Arsenal! It's 3-0
it's
to
Kai
Arsenal.
Havertz. It's Kai.
60
my
million
goodness.
down the drain. Signed, sealed, delivered. The title
Honestly,
race.
I'm in love with Kai Havertz. Every time I've come on the podcast, I've said how much I love him, how much he's unbelievable. I'm gonna sit here and say I think he's worth every penny now.
I mean,
I was saying maybe not for value for money, but honestly, 60 million. He's got 13 goals now.
but we said 4 shows ago that he's one of the most underrated players in the league, and he's proved it game after game from that point.
Gets a lot of slack, doesn't he?
He's so good. I think he just has a stigma for being for just being a bit shit at Chelsea.
Tottenham have conceded twice from corners. I know one was an own goal, obviously Kai Havertz here, but look, he's completely unmarked. There's not even really anyone challenging him, and he's massive.
Come on.
I think that's the problem with
3-0 to Arsenal.
Oh,
Could it be another 5-0?
Are we saying 6 though?
Oh,
One more
imagine.
than Chelsea.
You're away. Like, it pops
It's that
up.
corner routine. That bloke there behind Arteta. He's our corner guy. He's a genius.
I heard you're actually in love with him.
Yeah.
pretty sure he just whipped it into the middle of the box and someone headed it in. But
No, but there's more to corners than that.
Yeah, to be fair, the fact that Havertz managed to get completely free, it's probably is something tactically. I wouldn't really say the first own goal one was, but that one was clearly
If you
good.
watch all our
Man, are they? They've got the zonally marking, and that's 2 corners they've conceded.
I don't get it though. You seen Liverpool do that zonal marking the other day, and Trent was just stood.
I don't
yeah,
like
watching.
it.
he just doesn't mark his men when they're running away from him.
I always prefer man for man with you defending a set piece. But
I mean, what I like about ours, one of our the reason our corners are so good, it'll either be Trossard or Ødegaard. They'll lean their body against like Van der Ven or really tall centre back, pushing them out of it, which leaves Havertz free.
Smart.
So it won't be Havertz's run that's good. It'll be Trossard pushing Van der Ven or Romero away from him, so he can't jump high.
So it just works perfectly. This has been a really strange game for me because Tottenham have actually seemed to be on the front foot for a lot of the game, but
Yes, I think
Arsenal
Tottenham
have just
been
grabbed
better
the
team.
goals. Yeah,
Tottenham have been the better team.
it's weird that no, they've not been the better team as such.
since
Because
that first goal, they were on top. But once you get the second, it takes the wind out of the sails, doesn't it? And now you've got 3. It could either be the case of them getting one back and trying to make it interesting, or you could just genuinely get a couple more because we're only 40 minutes into the game.
You think it's done now though?
I think if they'd have got that goal that was offside, then it'd have just changed things.
That made it 1-1.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a different
The
game.
only thing that changes that can give them hope if they get a goal before half time.
Or even relatively early in the
Oh
second
yeah,
half, man.
but
But
if they get a goal before the 55th minute, I think they're fine.
it's not like they've played that bad. But
Son.
conceding two corners is a frustrating one. Who's
Yes.
there?
Go on, Deck.
Chance.
It wasn't too far off, was it? But back onto the Liverpool discussion. Do you think Darwin Núñez is good enough to play at the top level? Do you think he's a striker that can take you to a Premier League title?
Yes and no. He's good. He's good enough
Ope-
to play at
Opes
the
is
top
covered.
level, but I don't think he takes you to like the peaks of where you want to be.
So like maybe he's top 4, but not top.
Like, he's a good enough foot. Like, you see Nicholas Jackson, that's what I'd describe as raw. Darwin Núñez is like, I'd say he's a couple steps ahead of him.
Definitely.
I just think he just loses his head when he's in front of goal. Just rushes everything. There was the one against Everton when he got slid through and just absolutely blasted it straight at Pickford.
The thing is, I'm not even trying to dig him out here because I actually quite like Nunes. I think he's a fantastic footballer, but it's just going to take a little while before.
This is his second season.
How long can you say a little while for? That's my question.
Do you guys prefer Nunes as a left winger or a striker?
I prefer him as a striker. I think he's got the physical attributes to be a very good centre forward.
At Benfica, we did better as a left winger.
Well,
Yeah, but you're going to drop Diaz?
I prefer him down the left and Jota in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that would work really well, actually.
well, he's the most clinical
We've
finisher
spoke
at
about this
your
all the
club, I
time.
think.
Jota's our most clinical player.
We don't like Diaz.
The problem is here, though. Diaz is unclinical, and that's why we don't like him. So what, you're going to play Nunes there instead?
Yeah.
Because he's even more unclinical?
Yeah, but Nunes just causes problems. Diaz sometimes he finds himself out of the game.
Yeah.
I think his head does shake him when he dribbles, though. Like, he doesn't look up when he dribbles. He's got no end product, Diaz.
Head down in it.
Me and you, Joe, we've slagged off Diaz so many times.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a huge fan at all. Someone said in the comments they just need Jota to stay fit. That is fact.
That's literally it.
Like
Yeah.
what we just said, he's definitely the most clinical player that they've got. So
The only issue
I'd say
is
he's more clinical than
he
Salah.
doesn't stay fit.
I think he'd be good. But, yeah, Nunes, second most big chances missed in the Premier League this season. He's missed 26 big chances.
Who was first?
Haaland.
yeah.
Haaland's missed 30. But no one really questions him.
Well,
Because he's got 20
He's
goals.
still got the goals, though. I mean,
He's
Well,
got
I
20
know,
goals this
but he's
season.
also playing in an incredible Manchester City team, and he should have a lot more. So why is the same judgment for Haaland as there is for?
Because
No, but we
Nunes?
are judging Haaland.
No, but we're not as much.
because the players around Haaland are also scoring goals. Now that Liverpool aren't scoring goals, it shines more on the front three.
True.
Because Haaland's got Foden around him, Kevin De Bruyne scoring, bagging goals. It doesn't shine as much on him because people aren't saying that City are lacking goals.
Yeah, they managed to pick him up in other positions, but I think it's weird that actually. I think if we was having this conversation about Manchester City season, we wouldn't be saying, is Erling Haaland good enough to take you to a Premier League title?
because he's already done it, though. Hasn't he?
Well, no, I know, but he's also actually been a worse striker than Nunes this season. If you take into account his finishing.
Yeah, but you've got to think. You look at the big chances that he's missed, but it's because he gets a lot. I mean, it's inevitable, really. You're not going to score every single chance that you get. I know it's a lot of big chances to miss, but he's still also hit 20 goals. And when you're in a team that generates that much chances, it's inevitable that you're going to miss some. That's just the way it goes. If he scored every single
Yeah, but
goal,
you could say that about any striker.
But I know you could, but he's part of this team. This is a Man City team that are just the best team in the world and definitely in the conversation for one of the best teams.
Son,
ever.
1-on-1. Oh my goodness.
That's
Jesus.
awful.
Son absolutely skies it
How
over
do you
the
even
net.
manage
Shanks it.
that?
Could have set up for a good second half.
I
That if
know.
he scored that.
Out of curiosity, how many goals do you think Nunes would have at City?
Probably about 15.
If
think-
Nunes joined City last season,
I think he'd have
instead of
less.
Haaland.
Do you think he'd have less than?
think he'd have less.
I think he'd have had less last season because Haaland was just unbelievable
yeah.
last year.
What the fuck is that?
But I think this year, if Nunes was in the Manchester City team this year, he'd have a similar amount of goals to Haaland.
More than 20?
No, just a similar. I think that it'd be
What,
close within
18?
two.
Yeah, 18, 19, 20.
Yeah, or even slightly above.
You put most. I'm going to use the word competent strikers in. I know he has his moments, but you put more strikers in that team, and they're going to score a good few goals. Just the amount of chances. It's like that. What I look at with Haaland, that first season that we had in the Premier League. Bamford got 17 goals, but how many could he have had?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, everyone are massively overhyped Bamford.
Is
because he
Haaland the
was-
best striker in the league?
Right now? No, That is Watkins.
I'd have him third. Isaac.
Yeah, maybe actually. But he goes through rough patches sometimes. I love him, but
Yeah, but so is Haaland.
yeah, true. But I feel like Isaac's
Like the
more.
Newcastle team goes through rough patches at times, more than just
To-
singular players.
He's still got 19 goals.
yeah.
And he's been playing out on left as well.
No, he is a very good striker, and he's got a lot to his game as well. Like he's got good ball control, good dribbling. It's not just finishing off.
I feel like Isaac's got, you know how you say like Haaland's very one-dimensional. Isaac's got everything Haaland doesn't in terms of being able to dribble, skill, passing.
I completely agree, actually.
So I feel like if you put Isaac in that City team, 30 goals.
I mean, Haaland got it last year, didn't he? So I don't see why he.
Yeah, I actually don't see why not. I can't really
Like,
disagree with it.
like before, I was gutted when he went to Newcastle, Isaac. So I really wanted him at Arsenal. I feel like if he was in the Arsenal team now,
He'd be a great player for his, wouldn't he?
yeah.
I still think it could happen this summer.
I've not actually thought about this. This entire, like, every time I've come on it, I've always said I wanted Watkins, but I think I'd rather have Isaac.
Oh, I don't know if I take Isaac over Watkins.
I mean,
No, but in terms of
would
our
I?
play style, but in terms of Arsenal's play style, we've got enough fast. We need to have that's how we play.
It's a tough question.
And it'd be cheaper, I reckon. Is that could be cheaper than Watkins?
Oh no, it won't.
No, Newcastle
don't
don't need money, so why would they sell anyone? The problem is they can't sign more players, but they don't have to sell the ones they've got.
No, but financial fair play, that'd help them a lot.
Yeah, but who are they going to replace him with?
True. I don't know. I can see Watkins going for like 80, 85.
Well, whichever one of those you wanted, I think it'd cost at least 60, 70 million.
I mean, I'd be buzzing with either.
Yeah.
Give me either.
Yeah, of
I'm
course
not
you
going to
would,
complain.
One man you didn't mention there, and I actually think the rhetoric on him has changed a lot, is Ivan Toney. I think most big clubs now think, do we really want to splash like 70, 80 million on Toney?
Yeah, I just think
It's not a guarantee anymore, is it? Like last season, you'd think, guaranteed he's going to bag it. He's going to score goals. This season, you don't really know.
Brentford are just having a bit of a shit season, though.
I'm going to get stick for this, but I think when you look at the end of Ivan Toney's career, I don't think he'll be that far off Mikel Antonio's.
Oh yeah, probably not.
I don't think it would. I think you'll look at him and think, oh yeah, he's had the exact same career as a Callum Wilson.
Yeah, because he's already like 29 as well, isn't he? He's not exactly young anymore.
I don't think he'll ever be in a conversation for the top 10 English strikers, the top 10 Premier League.
Oh, definitely not. No.
Yeah.
I just can't see him ever being above a mid-table striker.
And I have a sneaky feeling if he went to a big club, he'd be really out of place. I feel like it just would not go well for him.
Big fish in a small pond at Brentford.
Yeah.
I feel like we class him. We see Ivan Toney too much as Watkins and Kane, and not enough as Calvert-Lewin and Callum Wilson. I think he's on their level.
Someone said Haaland was injured for 2 months. Don't forget that.
Yep. And he's
True.
got 20 goals.
Yeah, I mean Haaland's obviously. We're not saying Haaland's a bad striker. I just think that
Obviously not.
in terms of an overall footballer, there's some more complete packages in the Premier League.
I do think Nunes has had a worse season though.
20 goals in 26 matches for Haaland. Yeah, that's fantastic. I have nothing but respect for him, but I do think that Isaac, Watkins, etc. are better in terms of controlling the ball and getting assists, getting the right pass off 24/7. Haaland never seems to do that.
Go on, Kai.
Drew the foul. Fair play.
Who would you rather have up front? Base it rough right now.
Right now.
Just out of curiosity. Ivan Toney or Kai Havertz?
Havertz.
Havertz. Okay. All right, good.
Depends on the system that you're playing, I guess, but probably Havertz, yeah.
Oh, that's mad.
Who's a better player, Havertz or Ivan Toney?
Someone commented, ain't got a clue, the boy in red.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for that one, lad.
Nice one, lad. What did I say? That was out of pocket.
But no, I would rather have Havertz right now for sure over Toney. Toney, I just don't see him ever moving up to the top elite level at one of those elite level clubs. And Havertz, at the minute, admittedly, this is right now. This is right now. Not even over the course of the last season. Havertz is incredible. For the last 10 games, he's been one of Arsenal's best players. And Toney, I feel, has just come back, obviously from a pretty big injury, which is rough for him. But he's come back and just kind of plodded along.
I mean, like, I'll happily sit and say if Havertz was doing what he does now, all of the season, which obviously he hasn't, it's only been the last 10, 15. But if he was doing it all season, I think he's one of the first name in team sheets for team of the season. If he was doing it from the start of the season, it's only been the last 10 games. So it's hypothetical.
Yeah, it's impossible to really judge on that one, isn't it?
But he's in team of the season if it started 10 games ago for me.
Was this a Tottenham corner?
Yes.
Yeah. Can Tottenham pull one back? A minute left of the first half.
It'd be big for them if they do.
Yeah, they need it really. Yeah, nothing. Oh, Kulusevski has absolutely smoked Havertz there.
Oh my God.
Make it interesting.
Oh my God.
Another corner.
It's all right. Some pretty poor play from Tottenham overall, but that was very good from Kulusevski.
They had a very good 15-20 though.
Yeah, well, to be honest, as a whole in the first half, they've been fantastic, but I just think that Arsenal have been super clinical plus the own goal.
The scoreline doesn't reflect how the game's gone.
Oh, no, definitely not. Definitely not. But I think maybe it reflects the difference in quality between the two clubs.
I would say that, yeah.
Someone commented, Haaland is the first choice striker for any club in the Premier League. So do you think that he walks into any team and starts?
I think because of his name. Because of his reputation he does. But if you actually look at it,
But for you right now, as Arsenal, would you rather have, like, up front for the rest of the season, Haaland or Isaac? Or Isaac?
Isaac would be better for Arsenal.
So you'd pick him?
Yeah. But I think Haaland, I get it because Haaland is that name.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like Mbappe could have a terrible season, but it's Mbappe. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Haaland could have a terrible season, but it's still Haaland.
I wouldn't say he walks into any team, to be completely honest. If you put him in a team that doesn't have much of the ball, creates minimal chances, I wouldn't say that he just walks into any. But you'd still have him at any, wouldn't you? Of course.
Oh, he'd be in any club, but I just don't know if he walked into any team. Speaking of teams, lads, let's create our Premier League team of the season.
Let's do it.
Are we doing it? Goalkeepers each, right backs each?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
That's the
just
best way to do it.
go,
Right?
go along with
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we even have to make one that we all agree upon. We'll
No,
just give our own.
Give our shouts, yeah.
Yeah. So, goalkeeper may not seem like a fantastic shout after the first half, but I've got Vicario from Spurs.
Fair, okay.
I get it, but I think that's more of the first 6 months of the season.
Yeah, but as an overall season, for a first season in the Premier League, no one knew who he was before, really, unless you were very into football. He has been fantastic. I think.
yeah.
After his first game at Brentford as well, when we was on here, weren't we? Talking about how he looked like a calamity. I think he did bring it back round, didn't he?
He's brought it back. He's been great. And then look at Arsenal have struggled with the goalkeepers this year, so you won't pick either of them. Ederson and Alisson have had stints of injury throughout the year, so I won't pick them. Anyway, Ellis, who's your goalkeeper?
Jordan Pickford. Second most clean
Yeah.
sheets in a relegation fighting team. I think he's been fucking fantastic.
I really want to hound you for this, but I can't.
Yeah,
no,
no,
there is actually
he's,
no
he's one of my
counter to
honourable
it. It's
mentions,
just-
so I can't.
Jordan Pickford for me. I mean,
It's a shit take, but it's fair enough.
It's
Do you know what I mean?
hard to argue with.
There's no counter.
If there's a team that's fighting relegation and he's got the second most clean sheets, that's ridiculous. I've got a lot of time for Pickford. I think he's been brilliant in an England shirt every time I've seen him. They've been in relegation fights for the past couple of years. He faces a lot of fucking shots and he's got the second most clean sheets. I think he's been great.
I'm not arguing with it. Theo?
Don't get me wrong, his defence is phenomenal, but conceded the least amount of goals, got the most clean sheets for me. It's weird because I was a massive Ramsdale guy, but David Raya.
Oh, you can actually fuck off.
Why?
There's no way Raya's the best goalkeeper in
Who?
the league this year.
You make the fair points about Alisson Ederson.
Yeah.
So then for me, it's between Pickford, Vicario, and Raya. And Raya's got the most clean sheets, conceded the least amount of goals.
Right. Hear me
Starts
out.
a lot of our
Is
plays.
that to do with anything with Raya though?
Yeah.
Is that more?
I think
just the-
He's literally got. I'm sure half of your defence is going to be Arsenal as well. But
Yeah.
it was only about 2 shows ago that you said to me that you would rather Ramsdale start still.
Yeah, but
So how? Wait. So how are you then picking?
but I would still say but it's weird because it's a massive contradiction. But I think Ramsdale at his best is still better than Raya is best. But Raya has been the best goalkeeper in the league this season.
I don't think even you believe that. You know, I genuinely don't think you actually believe
I
that.
don't know who else. Maybe it's bias,
Oh,
but
Maybe.
It
might be.
I've not really seen David Raya make any out of
he's not had to. What you
extraordinary.
gonna
Yeah,
you gonna
there you
fault a
Yeah,
guy
but
for not?
Yeah, but how are you putting him at the best goalkeeper then if he's not had to make any proper saves?
Like
Because
Jordan
any
Pickford,
difficult
you see-
saves?
Because he's been just solid all season. And like I said, if we're going to stats, most clean sheets, least amount of goals conceded. Yes, our defence is fucking incredible, but he's still a massive factor in that.
I love how the times have changed because I used to be called Statman on this show.
Yeah,
Now
but
look at
right,
me.
that's okay, that's two stats.
That man.
Charlie, who have you got goalkeeper?
I really wanted to put Alisson in, but I couldn't back it up.
Fair.
So I did actually also go with Vicario because I think start of the season, first game it was a bit ropey, but he's just been consistent, and I've seen him make some saves that like you got to be. He is a good keeper.
I think he's made saves that have kept Tottenham in games, whereas I've not seen that from Raya as much. Same for Pickford. Pickford's had to fight a war this year.
Bro,
Yeah,
he
But-
received shots, mate.
I think Pickford's a better shout than Vicario. Because
Obviously, the
Pickford's
Arsenal
got a
fan
shit
thinks
defence in
that.
front of him.
It's crazy. They've been in a relegation fight.
Oh, I won't say Everton's got a shit defence.
Well, no, but compared to when he's facing Ollie Watkins and stuff.
If you're holding 6 to Chelsea.
Don't get me wrong, Jared Bamford has been very good this season, but it's still not an unbelievable
It's
defence.
still not world class.
When you've got
No,
Ashley
yeah.
Young starting at left back.
You've got to be honest as well. Defence, it starts from the front as well. So they're never really on the front foot in games. They're always going to be absorbing pressure, and you're always going to face shots, aren't you? That's the main thing.
I'll take Pickford, but I'm sticking with it.
Someone in the comments said, Arsenal fan is clueless. Arsenal have conceded the least amount of shots on target in the league. Raya's done fuck all.
Oh no!
Do you know what? Yeah, well done.
there.
Well done.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the left back
Yeah,
anyway.
no, fair enough,
Oh.
mate. I can't. I don't know what you want me to say on that.
What can you say?
Yeah, move on to left back. This was the toughest position for me.
Yes,
I think
same.
there's barely any options. So I just went with Robertson because I think when he's played, he's still been very good. He's had a lot of injury problems, but I was considering putting Digne, but even he's had some injury problems. So he's only started like 60% of games for Villa, but he has also been very good. But I went Robertson.
I went just to play it safe. I went Robertson because there's not really been a standout for me. I was flirting with the idea of maybe Vardiol, but I don't know. He's only played. He's not played the. He's played the vast majority, but he's still missed a good few. But I've still got to be Robertson, I guess.
I've gone with he's played sort of even centre back and left back, but I put Nathan Ake left back.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the best left back in the league, though.
He's just been very consistent. See,
No,
just been.
I don't think that's
Like I said, left back was really hard.
It's not criminal.
Who
Definitely.
you got, Charlie?
Robertson.
Robertson. Yeah.
It's just he got
Robertson's the safe
injured
one.
for a few months, so I was a bit like.
No, I get it. It was hard.
It's a safe shout for us. That, you know what I mean?
You just know what you're going to get when Robertson's in the lineup.
I mean, I think I remember I watched the Crystal Palace game, you know, when at Anfield when he lost.
Robertson was.
And I think he was the only player that fucking turned up.
Yeah, he was the only one that just non-stop.
He was great. Like, he was great. It was just unfortunate that the rest of the team didn't show up. So
Yeah.
I have a sneaky feeling everyone's going to have the same two centre backs.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think so.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
well,
yeah, no, I do actually.
So we'll
Scott
give
then.
two centre backs each at once because we may as well, as instead of doing one each because we'll just mix them up. My two centre backs are Saliba and Van der Ven.
Oh yeah, well we have then. They're my two, to be fair.
I've got Saliba and Pau Torres.
I do quite like Pau Torres.
Aston Villa's
But
defence has been very good.
Van
Van
der
der Ven's
Ven-
very close, but he did get injured for me. I didn't want to really put too many players that got injured for
in terms of ability as a defender, this
really
season
young
when
as well.
he's
I'm
been
not opposed
fit,
to it. Let's go. It's very fair enough. He's a honourable mention.
But to be fair, Pau Torres with Villa.
Yeah,
I can't argue with it. But the two that I went for are the exact same.
I completely get that. That's completely fair enough. Van der Ven's been very good, but I just think Pau Torres, he's Aston Villa. He's the reason Aston Villa's defence is
Yeah,
good.
I mean, I've got some Villa players in the honourable mentions, but I don't know. I don't think I've got one in the start. Oh yeah, shit, I do. Never mind. We'll move on anyway.
Charlie, have you got centre backs?
I've got Saliba, and any guesses who's next to him?
Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
Okay, that's worse than Ryan.
Yeah. Van Dijk's actually been okay for most of the year, but in the last couple of games, I mean, against Everton, he was getting bullied, mate.
So second best centre back in the league.
No, but the thing is, you've got Kwanzaa, who's 19 years old. He's been thrown into the deep end. Matip, ACL. 1-2 games into the season.
Okay, but saying he's second best in the league this
Yeah,
season.
I can't have him second best. I just don't think.
I think he's what's kept our defence solid when we've had Conor Bradley in and out of the team.
Yeah, but your
Obviously,
defence
he
has
came
only
in
been
with-
solid up to 6 games ago. So if it continues like this for the rest of the season, for a third of the season, it will have been poor.
I just think to have him, don't worry, he might be the top 5 best centre backs in the league this season. Second's a stretch.
Well, we'll let you have it anyway. It's your list, and then we're on to right back.
Okay.
So my right back is. I feel like this is just the Tottenham Arsenal 11 at the minute. It is Ben White.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Everyone's got Ben White.
I've got Ben White. I was extremely close to putting Walker in.
Yeah, I was flirting with the idea.
Yeah,
but
it's Ben White.
it's got to be Ben White for me. Yeah.
Love Ben White.
consistent, just does it.
Popped
week
up
in,
with a
week
few
out.
goals as
Yeah.
well. Do you know what I mean? Especially he got 2 the other day, didn't he? So
I think the thing is as well, it is hard not to pick Walker. I think maybe we're a little bit biased for the newer player because Walker's been just as good as ever. And you seen against Real Madrid, I know they ended up losing
He's
on
fantastic.
penalties.
He's
but he were
fantastic.
catching up with Vinny still. How old is he now?
32.
Like 32?
was he 33?
He's
Oh, is he
33,
that
I
old?
think.
Well, yeah. So Kyle Walker's real close to getting it, but everyone's got Ben White, which is mental.
Yeah.
So then, did
Mr.
everyone go with 3 midfielders?
Yeah. Then left and a right winger and a striker.
I'm going to be a pain. I went 4-4-2 because I had 2 strikers.
Just had to ruin it, didn't you?
I was trying to put one
Well-
on left. I was trying to do 4-3-3, but
You do your thing. I kind of do have a 4-4-2 that I like more as well.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Now thinking about it, but I'm just going to stick with what I've done. Like, just do what you want to
All
do.
right, yeah. So I've got 2 holding midfielders.
Same.
It's the obvious options. It's Rice and Rodri.
absolutely.
Has everyone got them in their team?
Rice and Rodri, yeah.
No.
It's just how I've shaped up my team, so no.
Who have you got?
I've
What's
got-
your midfield?
Was your option Rice or Rodri?
Yeah,
Instead
I've
of
got
both.
Rice. I went for Rice just purely because it's contextual. Like, obviously Rodri's been doing it solidly for years, which is brilliant. But just Rice coming in with a big price tag, there was no like transitional period. He just kind of got straight back in and was performing at the levels that we've seen at West Ham. So that's why I chucked him in.
Do you know, I would have probably picked, if I was picking between them, I would have picked Rice as well.
Yeah, just purely off that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But I'd put them both in. You know.
What's your midfield?
So I've got 2 DMs, which is
Rice and Rodri.
Yeah.
Are you the same?
I've got 3 midfields, and I've got Foden in the midfield with them.
So you've got an attacking mid in there.
I've got Foden as an attacking mid in mine.
I was going to do that, but then I just put 4-4-2 because I might as well have left wing and right wing.
Yeah, so my attacking mid is Palmer.
Yeah.
So Isla just done it the opposite way to you.
I on a wing, to be fair, but it just don't really matter, does it?
I'm assuming we've all got Palmer.
He's obviously in there, do you know what I mean? Don't really matter where we've put him.
It was really hard, though, to make the team, because for me, I was thinking from this point, obviously, we'll go start on the left wing, and it's Foden.
I suppose you didn't put Anthony Gordon in there too.
You can get fucked. I didn't class Foden as a winger when we did those lists, but
I've put him as a left winger now.
Yeah, it's got to be Foden. But at the same time, when I was looking at the attack, the front 3, so I've gone Foden, Watkins, and then I've got Bernardo Silva because he plays on the right sometimes.
Over Jared Bowen.
Oh, Jared Bowen?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But I think Bernardo, whenever I've seen him play this year, Bowen's played a lot up front, and you called me out on this the other week. Bowen's played as a striker a lot, apparently. Yeah, so I didn't put him in there. But Bernardo Silva as a winger, he's getting on a bit now. He doesn't have the most pace, but he's just been incredible for Manchester City all year.
He's never been reliant on his pace.
Well, the way my team works, I've got a 4-4-2, is I've got Rice and Rodri, Cole Palmer on the right, Foden on the left, so I couldn't have put Bernardo Silva in there.
Right, yeah.
Because Palmer...
I've got Palmer on the left and Foden as the 10 for me.
Who's on the right?
Jared Bowen.
Jared Bowen.
I did put Bowen in there. I know, as you said, it's different in it. But that's just the way that I've worked the team.
For me, he's a striker though this season.
Yeah, I guess, but it's just
Kudus has been the right winger.
Yeah, it's just how I've done it.
Who have you got as your attackers?
As my attack, let's get it back up. On the left.
Speaking to you, Mike.
Oh yeah.
we did that at exactly the same time then.
On the left, it's not great based on the first half of this game, but I've got Heung-min Son still. I still think he's.
Oh.
After Kane's left, I feel like he's still made sure that.
Well, you had Foden as an attacking mid, didn't you? All right.
As an attacking mid.
And then who are the other 2?
And then the other 2, I've got Ollie Watkins and Cole Palmer.
Son?
Yeah, I get it though.
Of Anthony Gordon?
After Kane's left.
Even have Son in my honourable mentions.
Yeah, Son didn't even come to me because I think he's had quite an underwhelming season.
Thinking of how big
standard.
Kane was for Tottenham, scoring goals in their attack, I feel like Son had big boots to fill. Even though he's been doing it for the past few seasons, he had to do it this season.
Do you know what? That is true. There hasn't been a dramatic drop off at Tottenham, and Son has been the one that's kept him ticking along.
I still feel like
nicely.
he's had quite an underwhelming season for his standards.
No, but I think his game has become less about goals and assists and also bringing the rest of the team up.
But I think to get in team this season, I think I'd rather have Saka in there, even though he's...
Nah.
No.
I don't know. He definitely not in the team this season.
I didn't even, as I said, I can't argue with the shout, but it wasn't even in my honourable mentions, I'm not going to lie. But it's a good point that you've raised that you've not noticed any kind of decline with Spurs. This is what they're normally doing, flirting with the idea of top 4, and that's without Kane. So I understand the shout. It didn't really cross my mind, but I don't hate it. So fair enough.
But speaking of honourable mentions,
I still want to do my strikers.
Oh shit! Sorry, Theo. Go ahead. Who's your attackers?
So Palmer, Foden, and my 2 strikers are Ollie Watkins and Alexander Isak.
Yeah.
Spot on, mate. Can't argue with
So
that.
between us, it's like Isak versus Bernardo Silva, or Isak versus Son, or
Yeah, I don't know. Isak, I think there's a little bit more recency bias in there. He wasn't quite as good throughout the whole season.
19 goals.
No, he is good.
goals.
I'm not denying it. I get the shout. I'm not going, oh, that's fucking awful.
Yeah, no, of course.
But
no Haaland though in any of us.
No, it's just...
I mean, which is ridiculous because he's played 26 games and scored 20 goals, but that's the level that he's set for himself.
It's just not the kind of footballer you really want to watch week in, week out, is it?
He's brilliant, but he's just you've got to think, like, look at Haaland. If he wasn't 6'4", if he was 5'10", do you really think he'd be doing what he's doing? He relies on his physicality. And
Yeah, but you can't blame someone.
No, you can't. But you've got to look at
You'd be shit if you were small. Well,
No,
yeah, probably.
big up to the small king.
But it's not. Yeah,
Thanks.
Shout out, cheers. But yeah, I know it's a weird thing to say, but it's just I feel like he's massively reliant on them factors. Whereas you look at the other strikers like your Watkins and your Isaks, they're a lot more technical.
They bring more to their game.
Well, someone's put their own honourable mention in the comments, and that is Conor Gallagher. So should we go on to our honourable mentions?
I like Conor Gallagher. That's a great honourable mention.
How are we doing it? Are we doing position?
Yeah, we'll do a position each if we can. So my honourable mention for a goalkeeper is Emi Martinez.
Yeah, fair.
Mine was Pickford.
I missed out a goalkeeper and just did
centre
back.
Fair enough.
I didn't put a goalkeeper.
But none of us mentioned Martinez in the keeper debate, actually. And you were saying... Oh, this is fantastic. Theo said on the last Derby days he would rather have Martinez based on form over either Arsenal goalkeeper.
And you've got Raya as goalkeeper here.
Yeah.
Make it make sense for you.
I don't know. Yeah, no.
Let's dissect that one, shall we?
let's break that one down. So
you know what? I'll be honest. He probably is biased.
Yeah,
definitely. But I just think,
Do you reckon?
I'll be honest. I've kind of chosen goalkeepers because obviously I don't watch every team every week. A lot of it is stats.
Yeah, of course.
Rest of positions is not stats. But as goalkeeper, you can't really argue concede them least. And
Martinez should have been mentioned by one of us.
Yeah,
though.
probably.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I stayed quiet because I knew I had him in my honourables. But did anyone else have a goalkeeper? You had Pickford.
I had Pickford in my honourable
Well,
mention.
Pickford was in my starting lineup. I didn't have one in my honourable mentions.
I had Pickford in my honourable mention.
Should we move on to defenders then? So my honourable, I've only got one defender. My honourable mention is Diaz because I think he's still been quality all season. Obviously, City are up there. Probably going to win the league still, and none of us have mentioned their best centre back.
Very true.
I know Stones is in the conversation as well, but
It's just pepper roulette as well. Like he might. It's not like he plays every game, but he plays the vast majority.
Yeah.
But I can't argue with it.
I've got a centre back and a right back.
we have also kicked off with the second half. By the
Just
way,
to let you know.
just so we're on with that.
For me, centre back, even though Saliba probably makes anyone look good, Gabriel has a lot of goals to his game this season.
Yeah,
I'm not against Gabriel. He's been quality.
And right back, I've got Pedro Porro.
yeah. I don't mind that.
I think Udogi has got a lot of shine light this season, but I do think Pedro Porro has been better than
He
him.
pops up with goals and assists as well, doesn't he? Yeah.
Charlie, have you got some defenders as honourable mentions?
I went with Jareth Branthwaite.
Yeah, fair enough.
Basically the same reason that he went for Pickford, I went for Branthwaite.
Makes sense.
Because when he played against us the other day, honestly, he bullied everyone.
Yeah, he did.
To say he's so young, he looks so experienced. I don't know if that's because he's next to Tarkowski.
I like to see it as a young English defender coming through because that's one area that we're not exactly blessed with.
I could see him in the England team soon.
I think he might get in there, and I think Everton have had a real rough time of it this year.
Yeah.
Their points deductions and the fact that they're going to end up staying up and
Comfortably.
they've done so well is pretty mental because if you took away the points deductions, they'd be pushing top half of the league. Yeah. And I know they've spent a lot of money over the years, but if you look at their squad, it's not particularly fantastic.
They'll be on the same points as Brighton.
Yeah, and Brighton have dropped off, but they're still a good team. I'll go on to my midfield options. My first honourable mention in midfield is Odegaard.
Yep,
I've got him.
It was really hard not to put him in the team because I think this year, for the amount that Arsenal paid for him, he has been an incredible attacking midfielder, one of the best in the world.
I was stressed trying to fit him in.
I feel like if we had to have like an out and out 10, excluding Foden and Palmer because I'm having the most wingers.
Yeah,
he's been the best 10 in the league.
Yeah,
De Bruyne's only played like 13 games this season, so I can't.
No, I'd agree with that. I was pulling my hair out trying to get him in, but it didn't happen. So he was one of the first names on my honourable mention list. To be completely
maybe I have him over Isaac. I don't know.
Would you really though?
Well, this is why we've done a bench as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had two midfielders. I had Odegaard. I also had Eberechi Eze.
I like that.
It's a shout, yeah.
I think now Palace have got a new manager that's going to play more progressive football. A lot of those players, I know they were shining anyway, but they're going to start to look incredible.
Because, Eze and Elise, even Mateta, he's been scoring goals recently.
Is it Mateta with the Wenger boys?
Yeah.
You see that whenever Mateta scores,
They
they play Wenger boys. That'd be so annoying, isn't
Seen
it?
video from Newcastle fans, and I've got an honourable mention that might piss some of you off.
Go on.
And I hate him.
So this is an honourable mention for Premier League team of the season.
I hate him, Bruno Fernandes.
Oh my God.
No.
It's Bruno Fernandes. You look at his goal involvements. I know he scores penalties, he takes penalties, but he's like one of the only shining lights in a pretty dark place. I've got a lot. I hate him. I don't like his face, but you can't deny that he's a brilliant football player. And I think he's had a good season numbers wise. I think he's had 20+ goal contributions.
To be fair, if I could have like 30 honourable mentions, he'd be in there.
Yeah, 30.
Nah, I also really dislike Bruno Fernandes, but I don't have him in, but I deeply considered it.
You can't
I
deny
think
it.
if you look at that Man United squad, I know they're not amazing, but they are still challenging for top 6. Just. And Bruno Fernandes has been by far their best player throughout the season.
Yeah.
See, I genuinely say he's part of the problem when I'm watching United.
No, but the thing is, I'd agree with you because his attitude stinks and he's a baby and I don't think he's captain material, but he's got the goal contributions to show for it, I guess. But I agree with you.
Not even just that. It's when he picks a ball up in midfield. Every single time he goes for this
Hollywood.
Unbelievable long ball.
He plays Hollywood.
Every single time.
That's what it is, isn't it? Like that. It reminds me. Well, don't remind me of, but that's what Rota's like for us. Sometimes he just tries to do the fancy stuff like constantly. Whereas you've got to know when to play it simple.
Sometimes you just got to get the basics, haven't you?
You've got to learn to pick and choose your moments, haven't you?
But he is obviously an unbelievable footballer.
I've got one more midfielder, and I think he's gone quite under the radar this season, just for how consistent he's been. Pascal Gross.
Yeah.
Brighton. I know Brighton fell off a bit.
Start of the season, maybe.
But as an honorable mention, I think he sort of fits that degree.
They've not been that great this season, Brighton, but
yeah, but he's been very consistent. I think obviously starts again most assists in the season, but I think I'm surprised he's not gone to a bigger team. I know he's getting on quite a bit now. He's in his 30s now, but
yeah, I mean he's decent, but team of the season.
Honorable mention.
Yeah,
if Bruno Fernandes is in there,
I think he's maybe Brighton. But I don't like Brighton. Top 3 players.
He's been Brighton's best player this season.
I don't know though. I don't know if I'd put him in Premier League team of the season shouts. Yeah, honourable mention. My next 3 are attackers. I'll start with one that's more of a winger, and it's Leandro Trossard.
Yeah, when he starts.
For how much he cost for Arsenal, he has had a better season than Martinelli, who's meant to be one of the best youngsters in the world, who has been at times one of the best wingers in the Premier League. And at this moment in time, Trossard is keeping him out of the team. He's been unbelievable. He's been one of Arsenal's best attackers. I mean, he's starting in the North London derby today, so I think that says all you need.
It says a lot. I like that. I've got him as an honourable mention because he's just especially because we're doing this now and over the recent weeks, he's really come up with it, hasn't he?
And I think you had to give him the first few weeks to actually like calm it down and get into the team, bed in a little bit.
He's had to fight for it because all he was getting used for initially was just a substitution, wasn't it? And he's wiggled his way in to be a regular starter, and you'd have him there over Martinelli at the moment.
Definitely.
Theo?
I've got 2 players and then 2 that are sort of combined because it can be pick and choose.
Wait, Tottenham are through here.
Oh,
that looked like it could have been a penalty for Tottenham.
I don't think so. Is Gabriel trying to shit a bit more?
Shut up, Gina. That's what he said.
Gabriel's having you little shit.
Ginger
bastard.
Look at this though. Let's have a look. Oh no, he got the ball. He got the ball. Yeah.
Right.
Attackers.
So I've got 2 attackers that is Anthony Gordon and Jared Bowen.
Yeah, I've got a Gordon. Obviously, I had Bowen in my team, but I did have Gordon as an honourable mention. He's been great.
And obviously Jared Bowen.
I've got Bowen as well because I didn't quite manage to squeeze him.
Oh, go on. 4-0.
Oh, what a save.
Vicario with an unbelievable save for Tottenham. A great chance for Saka, which he didn't manage to convert, but it was quite a hard one.
And I just want to give props to because they're doing, compared to last season, because a lot of people had them to go down and they're 11th now. I just want to give props. I'm going to sort of put them together. Is Mateus Cunha and Hwang Hee-chan. Not team of the season, but I just want to give them props.
I had him to go down as well. I had him to go down.
But Hwang Hee-chan hasn't been quite as good in the second half of the season. I know he scored yesterday.
But Mateus Cunha has sort of done what Hwang Hee-chan did at the first
half. Cunha was meant to go to Leeds at one point, and that move fell through, and I wish we'd have got him, but I'm not against those shouts at all. Charlie,
just a bit of props.
Who's some of your attackers?
I did my head a minute ago.
Someone in the comments said, I hate him, but John McGinn.
I don't hate the shout.
Yeah, but as a left mid. Or centre forward.
No, he'd be a centre mid. They'll have got this a little bit late.
Yeah.
I think John McGinn's actually not a bad shout. I agree, though. He's a scumbag. But I think for Villa, he's been consistently good for years. So,
see, for me, I've got my last 2 are just 2 West Ham wingers. I got Jared Bowen and Kudus.
Kudus is fair.
Has anyone else got Kudus?
No, I didn't think.
But I don't have him, but I like the shout.
I think he's just a really good player. I'd have him at Liverpool, genuinely.
I don't mind the shout. He didn't cross my mind. I'm not gonna lie.
I just think he's been outshined a bit by Bowen.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, especially because Bowen's English as well, we're going to hear more about him in the media.
So good, Odegaard, mate.
Yeah, Odegaard's a different
group. I don't think Bowen would have 19 goals if it was. Is it 19 he's on? 18?
20 now, I think.
Is it? Pardon?
All competitions.
So. Did he score yesterday?
Yeah, he did.
I don't know.
And
Scored in every game against Liverpool this season.
I had
three games.
I had two more mentions. Both are attackers, Solanke and Isaac.
Oh,
Solanke's fair.
Completely forgot about Solanke.
Solanke.
No, I saw him,
yeah.
but maybe it's an honorable mention. But I thought he'd fourth best striker in the league. Isaac, Watkins, and Bowen.
Yeah, I agree, but I think also he's doing it at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
We were on about this the other week, and you were saying how Bournemouth should be looked upon in a brighter light because of how well they're doing, and the manager has done fantastically well. But I actually don't like Solanke as a player. I think he's a bit of a donkey, to be honest. But I think
get it.
if you're scoring that many goals for Bournemouth, then you've got to be in there. You've got to be an honourable mention.
I mean, like I said a few weeks ago, if we were to take 3 strikers to the Euros, he's my third choice.
Would I pick him over Tony?
I
Maybe,
would,
actually.
but then we're having that debate. Like Tony's not bet.
Yeah, maybe I would actually.
Then, yeah,
Who would you have? What, Solanke or Tony on the plane to?
Because you got to think
because
we've got
form's
Kane.
a big part.
I know form's a big part, but we've got Kane, who's obviously going to be a striker. You've got to look at it. If he's going to come on in the dying numbers of a game, if it's a knockout game, I'm taking Tony because of his penalties.
Yeah, that's the only thing. The penalties.
Yeah, but that's
But
why I'm
Solanke
saying,
scores penalties.
Yeah, but I know, but I'd put money on
Tony's
Tony
just more
scoring
cold.
one.
Tony's just more cold.
And you got to look at it. We've got the best striker in the world, so they're playing second or third fiddle anyway. But if it comes to a point where it's getting late in a game and he needs to bring on a penalty taker, then I'd take it. I'd genuinely say him just for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, but Solanke's a better player this season.
Yeah, but it don't matter
shut
because
up.
Kane's our main striker.
Yeah,
Nobody's really going to get a sniff.
Really, it's going to be Kane. If all happens
for
to
half the season.
if all happens to Kane, it's going to be Watkins. So does it really matter so much who the third one is? Ellis is maybe right, actually, someone who can just bag a penalty.
That's what we
I
need.
get it.
He's got bottle. Do you know what I mean? He's got a massive ego, and it probably plays into his hands if it come to a big pressure moment because he's thinking,
You know what my
I'm the
question
man
is,
that's going to do it.
Like, does he have bottle? Because he scored a couple penalties for Brentford.
I think.
It looks he looks so nonchalant though. Like,
No, but do you know what I mean? Though? It's like
I think
it's
he's
Brentford.
overrated because his penalties. He's so unasked about his penalties, and they always go in. I think he's a bit overrated because people just think, oh, it's cold.
I'd take him. I'd put my life savings, so I'd put 50p on him to score.
Not 50.
But
£1
honestly, that's what the hell? That was a slice of that.
Someone in the comments just put Solanke isn't a better player than Tony with a laughing
No,
face.
I agree. He's not a better player than Tony.
No,
season.
Solanke's not a better player, but I don't think either are particularly good players.
Yeah.
I think they're just good goal scorers.
I think Tony's a good player.
I think I'd pick
Who's more
Tony.
clinical?
Well, this year it's probably Solanke.
Yeah, but we're going on form. Fair enough. You're going to say Solanke.
No, but I was literally about to say I think Tony because he's done it for longer.
I just think in normal, I just don't even think they're in the same fucking conversation. I think Tony's clear of Solanke. You're all obviously excited about Solanke's form this season in the poor side, but Tony is the better footballer. I don't even think it's that close.
Someone said Solanke's just done what Bamford did when Leeds got promoted. Guarantee he gets less than 10 next season.
Yeah.
And someone also said Callum Wilson would be good if he ever stayed fit.
But it's just purple. It's purple patches, mate.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and brilliant. So, but I just do not think that he should be in the conversation for getting that third spot as an England striker.
But what I don't understand.
Arsenal in the box.
Go on. What?
Is that really a foul?
What the fuck was that for? Get up, you fucking idiot.
To be fair, he's just been first. I mean, I don't really.
Didn't need to fall like that. Like.
Get up, you fuck.
Went down like a sack of shit.
There was some venom in that statement.
There was actually.
But I don't like the argument because you guys use obviously Tony's done it longer.
It's not even that for me.
So
He's a better player.
so you're saying Solanke's having a patch of success,
yeah, well he is obviously.
Arsenal. Havertz could have.
but then isn't
whacked
Tony
that.
just having the complete opposite then?
Well, yeah, he's going through a bad run,
Yeah,
I guess. But,
then-
he's
Yeah, but
missed
it's not
half the
that
season.
bad a run. He's still done all right.
He's missed half the season. He's getting back into it, and I'm not being funny. Like personality and playing ability are two different things. I think he's got a shit personality. He's obviously. I don't think he's going at 100% because he should because if he wants to force a move. But the amount of times I've never seen somebody so openly disrespect the club.
Yeah,
that
I
they're
hate
playing
that.
for.
I hate that about him.
Like every opportunity he gets, he's talking about a move to a Big Six team or a different club. And
It's actually so scummy.
it's really. If he was my player, I'd be absolutely fucking livid.
The worst one, I don't know if you probably did. When he's in the car and a fan says, "Oh, who do you play for?" And he went, "No one important."
Yeah, I remember that, and it's just disgraceful, isn't it?
The thing is, though, I think it's different because Brentford are there. They're happy to be in the Premier League. They've got the new Lego-looking stadium. It looks like something someone built on Minecraft.
Literally.
And they're just buzzing. When Tony returned, they give him a whole Undertaker entrance and everything. It was absolutely mental for a player who's disrespected your club to that level.
I can't believe it.
Do you know, if that was my club, I would be vexed.
I think
Any
that's
other
an
club-
instant when a player's bigger than the club.
Well, yeah, but this is obviously we was talking with Charlie earlier about Salah, and he was saying, "Nah, it's not on."
This is Liverpool. This is Liverpool and Brentford.
Brentford have accepted it.
Brentford are just like, come on.
They're running with it.
Brentford just twerk for him, mate. It's absolutely ridiculous.
But to be fair, where was that?
The fucking twerk for him, mate. That Undertaker, that was so American, mate. Like, it's honestly unbelievable.
That's too much.
You look at before this game as well. You've got them fucking people, stood at the top of the. Just like, get it out, mate. We're about to play a game of football. We don't need all this showmanship, do we?
Theo, I've got one that might really upset you, mate. Today, odds on, Eddie Nketiah is going to Leicester, apparently.
Why would that upset me?
And why would it?
I thought you loved
Must
him.
be fuming. Lost your star striker.
Mate, in the Bayern podcast, I said fucking get rid of him.
Yeah, no.
Mate, he's just
How much do you think you'll get for Eddie Nketiah?
25.
Pound.
25
quid.
Who's paying 25 mil for Nketiah?
hang on. Leicester's different. Okay, I reckon if we were sending him to West Ham or something, then probably 25. Leicester, 15.
Are they really going to be able to spend if they come back up? Because they're going to be starting on a point. If they are coming
I
back
didn't
up.
process the Leicester part, but like, if it was an Everton or something, they'll probably spend.
They're going to be starting on a points deduction next season, aren't they?
I think they're fucked financial fair play wise already before they come up.
I reckon we'd loan him this season and then they'll make it permanent year after. I reckon that's what'll happen.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I just don't see him doing much, to be honest.
No.
Thank fuck.
That's another one off the books. Another one bites the dust.
Imagine that trying to win the Premier League and then Nketiah comes on in the 85th minute. Fucking hell.
Don't worry, I've seen worse, lad. I've seen worse.
Oh, yeah, that win and a half.
Arsenal on the edge of the box with Saka. You know, this second half has just been very relaxed, really, hasn't it? What are you thinking so far?
It's that third goal kills the game.
Yeah, I'm not really going to complain.
How could you?
Saka in the box.
Comfortable. I mean,
Corner for
It
Arsenal.
does annoy me with games where it was like when we were 6-0 up against West Ham or Sheffield United or even against Chelsea. We sort of play too safe. I'm like against Chelsea, we were 5-0 up with 40 minutes to go. Why don't we try breaking the record?
yeah, it's like a natural reaction to kind of take your foot off the gas, and you've got to think you've got another couple big games coming up. You don't have to overexert yourself when you've already got 3 points in the bag. I hear what you're saying though.
I'm still salty when Chelsea beat us 6-0 in 2014.
True.
That still pains me. It's
Do you
a
know
core
what?
memory of mine.
You've got full revenge for that.
Probably going to score from this.
No,
corner,
but I wanted
boys.
to get 7.
Arsenal
Is this
within
going to
a
be
corner.
a third corner?
Oh,
But the one
Maybe
that annoyed
not.
me was Sheffield United when we were 6-0 with 40 minutes to go. We could have easily made that 10.
Yeah.
Broke the record. Been in history.
sometimes though, when you're in a title charge like that, you just have to not get your players injured. Like, realistically, that's it. You just don't want people to get crocked.
I just want a bit more,
I didn't see it.
Look at that trim, mate. That's
yeah.
looking that.
Honestly, it don't look good on anyone.
There's no volume.
That is actually worse than my mullet.
Yeah, but you've got volume at the back of your head. You know what I mean? It's just flat.
This is what you come here for, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing mullet comparisons between
That's
Joe
a
and
poor corner.
We talk about football
Madison.
occasionally. We talk about styles as well. Do you know what I mean? We've got it all.
Do you know what really upsets me? The fact of how well Messi's doing in Miami now. Because why didn't he just stay in Europe? I got a stat earlier today. So Messi's had 2 or more goal contributions in the last 5 MLS matches in a row. I know it's the MLS, but clearly he's still got enough talent to do something. If
But you wouldn't say the same thing about Ronaldo, though, would you? And he's mashing work over there.
Ronaldo, no, I think he'd still be able to play for a top European club.
I don't think Man United should have got rid of him.
Well, yeah, no. My point, I feel like you were trying to dig me out
No,
there.
I wasn't. But I know that you've got something against Ronaldo.
I think United should have got rid of him.
No, I think United should have got rid
United
of
should
him.
never have got him.
But no, Ronaldo, if he was playing
If United didn't get him, he was their best player.
17 goals at 36 years old in the Premier League.
I saw a thing with Solskjaer.
Best league in the world, apparently. He's made light work of it.
Solskjaer said this a couple of weeks ago. We were doing something with Roy Keane, and he said the issue was them signing Ronaldo. He said while he was managing, he said that they should never have signed him, and he didn't want to sign him.
Well, yeah.
Ronaldo became.
Didn't they sign him because he was about to
He
sign
was going to
for
City.
Yeah, Ronaldo was going to sign for City, so he signed for United. But no, Ronaldo could definitely still play for a top team
Both
in
of them
Europe.
could.
But my point in previous debates is
Oh, fuck off, David Raya.
Tottenham
3-1. Is the life? Is there life? Is that the turning point?
3-1. Tottenham get a goal back. David Raya, Premier League goalkeeper of the season.
Clip it.
Fuck's sake. David.
With an absolute howler.
You couldn't lace Pickford's boots, mate. I'm telling you.
The thing is, though, this now, with half an hour left, makes it interesting.
Oh,
What has he done there?
What even is it?
No, I'll tell you what, it's unlucky that. He had the right idea, didn't he? Just fucking get rid of it, man. What are you doing? What is that?
What did he even try to do there? I'm so confused. Look at Theo's face. He's amazed.
Just get rid of it, mate.
There wasn't even a plan to it. He just like dinked it to his chest.
That's walk football.
But yeah, as I was saying, Premier League got team of the season. I'd have Emi Martinez in there, Vicario or Pickford, any of them three, to be honest.
Bro, is it expecting me to do some magical editing?
They've definitely, they might smell blood now though, mate.
Yeah.
25 minutes of normal time to play.
I said 3. Me and Charlie said 3-1. So
Tottenham have got to be on this now.
I don't know, they were good in first half, but it's been a bit of a lackadaisical fucking second half, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but this is the problem. Arsenal have kind of taken the foot off the gas a little bit, so now it allows Tottenham, when they get a lucky goal like that, to still be in with a slight chance of pulling it back. But Arsenal in the box again.
But that's the thing. Now they've got a goal,
Corner.
and they might try pushing for another. That leaves them exposed, doesn't it? I guess.
how's that goal kick?
Is that okay?
Are we missing something here?
Didn't he just kick it up there?
Yeah, it looked that way.
Unless he's flagged for some kind of offside in the build-up. I don't know.
Another piece of interesting news in European football this week. Xavi has done a U-turn and decided to stay at Barcelona.
See, I've seen something that's like the market for managers right now is poor. There's
Tottenham in the box. Oh, sorry.
Absolutely. Spot on.
There's no one really to bring in. And I saw something to do with Klopp, because Klopp's taking a year off. I don't... I'm going to have to check it, but there was two... I don't know who the other manager was, but Klopp was going to go to Barcelona.
After a year off.
Yeah.
I could see him managing German national team at some point.
Yeah,
we said.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit less full on. He wants a break.
Go on.
Nah, he's not beating Van der Ven in a foot race. Not the big man himself.
Van der Ven's one of the quickest players in the Premier League.
His body's just like the way his body works is just unreal for a footballer. In terms,
yo. Pause.
Elaborate. I phrase that horribly.
What do you mean by that?
When I was listening
Hey yo,
I mean in terms of athleticism.
Okay, yeah.
he's took himself out.
Van der Ven is very good.
Very good looking bloke.
That's why he's in my team in the year.
But no, Xavi staying at Barca, I think it's the right decision because, well, then again, it's weird.
He could backfire so easily.
Since he announced he was leaving, they've done so much better. So it's like now he's announced he's staying again, are they going to start doing worse?
I feel like they just went through a bit of a rough patch, and in all honesty, it just seemed like he'd threw his toys out his pram. To be completely honest with you, the situation at Barcelona is pretty dire, and he was just like, "Oh fuck this, I don't want to taint my legacy." But then they start doing relatively well when he says he's going to leave, and he thinks, "Tell you what, I fancy sticking at it." And as he said,
Who did they bring in?
The market for managers at the moment is like there's nobody that you'd really no standout candidate.
There's no one you're going to put at Barcelona's manager.
No.
Yeah, it's really weird. The market for managers. I mean, obviously, look, Liverpool have just got Arne Slot.
Yeah.
And is he really good enough to be the Liverpool manager?
Oh, it's strange to me.
No, I think he's quite good.
How long has he been at PSV?
It's not long.
When is it? Feyenoord?
It's been
Two
it's
seasons?
Feyenoord, yeah.
Feyenoord, sorry, my
And
bad.
you've got to think like the one way that I'm looking at it. I know it's a bit of a weird way to look at it, but last season when we were just going through managers, Leeds, for those of you that don't know, Arne Slot was one of the leading candidates to come in and take over the Leeds job, and it probably wasn't ever going to happen. But if he was the front runner for a Leeds United job facing relegation, how all of a sudden after another season and a half,
Havertz? Oh,
Pen, maybe.
nah, it's not a pen. He got the ball, but
how after a season and a half has he gone from being a front runner for a Leeds relegation facing side to being Liverpool manager? Like I don't understand it. Like he's won the league.
You can
with
say
them.
the same about Xabi Alonso though, because he's only been there for.
I think that
however long.
Xabi Alonso is a different kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like
it
if he continues this unbeaten run, which it certainly looks like they're going to at the minute with every 90th minute equaliser, that will be one of the best runs in football history.
Yeah, well,
if they win the Europa League and the German Cup now, I think that could be classed as the best team
Well,
ever.
I don't even think it's close.
No, not in terms of like skill, obviously.
In terms
like
of
old
achievement,
Barca,
I was gonna
but in terms
say.
of a season from a group of players,
biggest
who you didn't
achievement.
yeah,
It's the best
Like, it's
season,
the biggest achievement in football.
Definitely.
Tell me a better one.
Leicester.
No, I mean it's fantastic. So Leicester got promoted from the Championship, just avoided relegation the next season. Then all of a sudden they won the league. Brilliant fairy tale. But we're talking about a season with a potential treble and not losing a single game.
I'm just gonna. The only thing that shies me away from it is the fact it's the Europa League and not the Champions
I
League.
know, but I hear that, but this is Bayern Leverkusen. Do you know what I mean? They're not exactly heavyweights of the world of football. And I'm not being funny. I think even if it's just the Bundesliga, it shits all over Arsenal's invincible season. They're playing for draws.
It does. If they win the Europa League and the Cup as well, it definitely does because they've won more games as well.
Right, I agree with that. Fair enough. But domestically, it's a big achievement to go undefeated in the Premier League than it is to.
Is it
the Bundesliga?
Well, when there's Bayern Munich there, who had won 9-10 in a row.
10, I think.
So there's a team that's dominant, and you beat them and go undefeated all year, even against them in 2 fixtures.
But okay, right. So there was United, who were one of the best teams in England.
I don't deny
Chelsea, who the following season conceded the least amount of goals in Premier League history.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Champions League winners 2 seasons later. It's not like there was a shit standard of Premier League football at that time.
What I'm saying is, in the Bundesliga, if I'd asked you at the start of the season, easy, it would have been Bayern Munich winning the league by 20 points.
Probably.
You wouldn't have even questioned it. You'd have probably had Dortmund second, someone else third, but it wouldn't have even been Leverkusen.
I'm not going to discredit it. I just think, don't get me wrong, overall, because we drew loads of games, and you know what, he's done it in Europe and in the Cup. It probably is, but I think domestically, I think it's harder to do in the Premier League than it is the Bundesliga. Because you've mentioned one team that are really good. I've mentioned 3 of the greatest teams in Premier League in football history.
Oh no, I agree, but I do.
Where's a ropey Bayern Munich team?
Yeah, I mean,
but it's only ropey because they've made it ropey.
No, but they've been losing to the league, like Cole and stuff.
Yeah, more because of the pressure. Usually by this point of the season, Bayern Munich are 10 points above at top at league. Obviously they weren't last year because Dortmund actually had a very good season, and Bellingham nearly won on the league.
They lost that. Didn't lose
last,
on goal
last
difference.
game on goal difference.
That's fucking. Do you know what it is?
So that's 2 seasons in a row where Bayern haven't been particularly great.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Leverkusen have come out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, I don't want to discredit it. I just think it was harder to do. The Invincibles was harder domestically than Bayern Leverkusen was domestically.
I don't like leagues getting 1 on goal difference, mate.
Yeah, it's rough that.
Do you know what I'd quite like to see?
Sudden death.
Just a game between the two that finish on the same amount of points. That'd be quite a spectacle.
Yeah, but then imagine if it went to penalties and you won the league on penalties. That'd be even worse because at least goal difference is over the whole season. Because it does actually make an impact.
Yeah, true. Because then
Tottenham in the box here.
To be fair, have you seen what's happening with is it League 2? With the
one of the teams can't play in the playoffs or something.
No, it's hang on, let me get it. C2.
Get us one as well, mate, please. Well, this game has calmed down a little bit, to be honest. I said that at the start of the half, but again, Tottenham, I thought, might have come out a little bit more blazing after that goal, and they've not done too much. Let me see if there's been any more comments.
Oh, yeah,
Someone said, Nketiah, I don't think he's a bad player, doesn't get consistent game time. That is kind of true. I think he'd probably score like 10 goals in a season at Leicester or whatever.
He's not a top 6 player.
No, he's not a top 6, but he's okay. Someone said Barca got robbed at Madrid the other day. I can't really comment on that.
No, they did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Tottenham on the edge of the box here.
Yeah, it's so fucking corrupt over there, though. I'm not gonna lie. It was written in the stars for Real Madrid to win it. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was question of whether the ball crossed the line. They didn't have the right angles to show it. Basically, to know when they're looking at the replay. I know because they don't have the wrist technology, I don't think. So when you're looking at the replays, they're showing these really weird angles, so you can't see it properly. So they've obviously not got the right angles, apparently. But then when it goes to the celebration of the goal, like the video camera switches to like a perfect angle. That would have been great to be able to see if it fully crossed the line or not.
And they didn't have that.
It just looks weird. Do you know what I mean? It looks a little bit suspicious. But I agree with the comment that I feel like they got robbed a little bit.
Well, it's a shame. I have actually always preferred Barcelona to Real Madrid for some reason.
Same.
But I don't want to go on about La Liga. I want to talk about Arsenal. Theo, would you class... Obviously... You're still in with a chance of winning the league. This has been a fantastic performance against Tottenham. But let's say you don't win the league.
We finished. Right. Is this finishing second or third?
Second. I think you'll finish second.
Yeah, okay.
Oh. If Arsenal finish second, and obviously you're out of all other competitions now, would you class this season as a successful season for Arsenal?
Yeah. You guys give me stick for it, but I went into this all in the entire previous podcast. For me, if you said at the start of the season we'd once again be second, because everybody everybody said we'd fall off. Everybody said we'd finish 4th, whatever. I said it last week, 2 weeks ago. If it's next season, by the end of next season, if we've not won anything, then we can start questioning it.
Right.
For me, this season has been good. We've pushed City right till the end. We've not bottled anything. We're going to push City right till the end, hopefully. Well, maybe. But, so if we push City right to the end, we finish 2nd. Yeah, Europe, you know what? We got quarterfinals. We probably should have beaten Bayern. But, so I'd say it's disappointing in the sense that we didn't get to the semis at least. Yeah. I'd say that bit's disappointing. But overall, I still think it's been a good season. First season back in the Champions League. A lot of these players have never played in the Champions League before. And they're very young.
I'd still put it down as a good season. Not gonna lie.
I'd say it's a good season. I think it's criminal to say it's a bad season.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's bad at all.
All right. Well, let me just
spit some stats.
Raise some points, right? No, it's not even stats. Actually, it is. So, according to you, yeah, you've got the best goalkeeper in the league this season. You've got one of the best centre backs in the league. One of the top 2 centre backs. You've got the 4th best manager in the world.
Okay.
You've got 2 honourable mentions. Odegaard, you said, is the best 10 in the league. Trossard, one of the best wingers in the league. So if you've got all this talent,
right?
How is not winning anything a successful
season? I've got an answer to the question.
No, I've got an answer. Because we're going against Man City, who's got the best, like, in terms of, like, over the past couple of years, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Arguably the best right back in the league. I know we said Ben White, but Kyle Walker's up there. The best midfielder, some may say, of all time in the Premier League. Not me personally, but one of the best, especially of our generation, Kevin De Bruyne.
I'd definitely say that.
Erling and Haaland up top. Foden has been absolutely incredible. So they beat us, and they've had a better winger, they've had a better striker, they've had a better midfielder in De Bruyne when he's been fit.
Yeah, but you could say that about when Liverpool did well.
Rodri, who's a better DM than Rice. So you're saying, oh, well, you've got all this. Yeah, but Man City have got that and more. So we're not going to be better than them.
Yeah, but the thing is, Liverpool, we were in
and
the
they've got the best manager. They've got the best manager of all time.
Yeah, but 2 or 3 seasons ago, we were in the exact same situation, but we've won in elsewhere. We didn't.
We've had one season in Champions League with a bunch of people that have never played in there because they're all children. Come on, give them a break.
But yeah, but it's more the fact of just winning nothing and being happy with it is weird. It's just it doesn't make sense.
Next season, I don't think it's weird. Next season. Then it'll be weird if Arsenal fans are still happy with it.
Next season, if you don't win anything, would you think it was time to look at a new manager?
Maybe that's extreme. It depends. It depends how.
This is the point though, because then how long does the project last? If next season you cannot win anything and still be happy with it, still keep the same manager.
Right, let me question something to you, right? So if by the end of this season we lose the league by 2 points, because we go undefeated, Man City go undefeated, we lose by 2 points. I don't understand. I can't really see how that's a far worse season than if we were to win the league by 1 point because City ended up losing to Tottenham. Because we've still played the exact same.
Nah, it doesn't matter. Football, to me, right, when you look back at this season in 5 years, you'll look back and think, did we win anything? No. You probably won't even actually talk about it that much unless you win something. You don't talk about the time you nearly did it.
But I'm on about in the moment. In the moment, for me, although it's silverware, there's no difference in the way Arsenal have played if we win the league by 1 point because City ended up losing to Tottenham, or if we lose the league by 2 points because City ended up beating Tottenham and going undefeated.
Yeah, but it's about the end.
The playing was still the exact same. We've still had a good season in terms of the football we're playing. The fact we managed to push City right to the end.
Yeah, but how long can you say it's a good season just because we pushed City? Like, pushing City should not be the end goal. If Liverpool didn't end up winning that league or Champions League, then would you still say it's been a good phase for them just because they came second a couple of times?
I don't know. I'd like, once again, I completely agree if this was next season, but I think give us another year. Give us a striker in. That's all I really want. I know I hate Zinchenko, but he'll be all right. I feel like I still feel like we could win the league. I don't think that's mental.
No, I think you could. I think it's very realistic.
Let me ask you, if we win the league by 1 point, is that a very, very good season for Arsenal?
Yeah, just winning the league, no matter how you do it, is
right. If we lose the title by 2 points because we went undefeated first season, City went undefeated first season, is that a bad season?
I wouldn't say it's a bad season.
I never said it's bad. It's disappointing.
You don't get anything.
Yeah, you don't.
It's not successful.
I still just think we're just playing. We've sort of put it in a position where it comes down to City now. But
No, it's not. It doesn't come down to City though, because my point on it is, look at the Arsenal squad. We all had so many Arsenal players.
City's is better.
Only just though, and it's only better because they actually crossed the finish line. If they didn't win the leagues and stuff, you wouldn't class some of those players as better. You can't just use City have been good for the last few years, so it doesn't matter if we
They're
don't win
all
the
winners.
league.
They've all done it loads of times. This is our first. This for me,
It's not your first season. Last season, you could have done it.
for me, this is a bit. It's going to sound mental because we bottled it and we were so ahead. But for me, this is closer to us winning the title than we were last season.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
Even though we were like.
Yeah, but this
Saliba
season
got
it's been
injured,
consistent, and there's been the competition has been
This
there
is this
throughout the
isn't
year.
the first season where I think we looked like Premier League challengers.
But do you not think, as a football fan, that it's about winning trophies?
No,
Like, at the end of the day.
I completely agree. But if you're asking in this moment right now this season, have Arsenal been good this season? Well, just because for me, if we lost the league by 10 points, then it's a bad season. But if it comes down to it, it can literally just come down to whether City beat Tottenham or not.
No, my question isn't have Arsenal been good though. I think Arsenal obviously have been good, but has it been a successful season?
No, it's been a good season, but you can't say successful if there's no silverware.
Successful.
Success is winning trophies.
Yeah,
It's
at the
not
start of this year, you would have targeted
It's a good
winning
season,
the league.
though. I still think it's a good season. It's a good season, but success is down to winning things. And if you don't win it, then it's not successful. But I wouldn't say it's a bad season either. I wouldn't, because you're pushing one of the best teams ever.
I just
And I know you go back.
I think Liverpool have had a more successful season than Arsenal.
why?
There's the one the Carabao Cup. It's more successful.
No, listen, it's not just because
From where we were last season to where we are now, in terms of the fact we've changed an entire section of our team, like the entire midfield has changed. I don't because where did we finish last season? Fifth, yeah. It could have been lower.
But this season, up to the last few games, you've been pushing for the Premier League title. You'll probably still finish third. You've won the cup. You got to the same level as your European competition as Arsenal, but you actually won something and pushed City for most of the year. So why is that not successful for them then?
I'm not saying it's not.
Well, no, but they actually won something as well.
Yeah, but we're having this debate in the group chat. I value the Carabao Cup less. That's me. That's me being a big Six fan who doesn't. That's me being spoiled growing up.
Yeah.
Well, there's no bullshit about it. As for a Leeds fan, that'd probably make your lives.
Oh yeah,
Let's be honest.
because we expect to see nothing ever.
Yeah.
To me, I'm spoiled. I'm entitled. Carabao Cup means fuck all to me, to be honest. And you know what? I wouldn't change it. Fucking shoot me for being entitled.
No, but it should though, because do you know when you look at
it's not. It's because when I've grown up, I've just sort of seen it as a.
No, but
it's the third one.
when you've grown up and watched Arsenal be pretty poor throughout most of your life, surely you look back at those FA Cup and Carabao Cup wins as a shining light of a bad season. As like the moment in the season, you will look back at the year you won the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup more than you look back at the year you finished fourth with Arshavin.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But
So, yeah, but that's what I'm saying about right
that's
now.
finishing fourth. This is second. And I get it, but you guys are asking. You guys need to stop thinking, oh yeah, how's it going to be remembered? Because even though you disagree, Joe, this is a project, a process. I will look back at this season and think this was the season before the season after. This is the season that set us up to win the league.
No, I don't disagree that it's a project, by the way. I agree that it's a project. I just think the project's complete now. You've got one of the best players in the world in practically every
The
position.
project's not
pitch.
complete until we win a Premier League.
Well, yeah, but the project could never be complete then. In terms of building
Unless it gets ridiculous.
in terms of building a squad with the correct morale and the correct things going on around the club, the process is complete. The project is complete.
I don't know. But
You need one or two more players to make it like every single player is elite level. But right now, I don't think there's much. Like if you compare yourselves to any other club other than Man City, you've got more consistency in terms of next to world class players in every position.
I think this season we've consistently. I know a second you're going to be like, oh, well, why don't we win the league then? But I do think this season we've consistently played better football than City.
Well, it's been a massive
outrageous shout.
improvement from last year. I mean, you were great last year, but you seem like more of a complete team this season. And like you said, though, you're just missing that finished article in terms of a striker.
But also to clarify, and I think this is a good season.
Tottenham really calling for a penalty here. I want to see a replay of this.
Oh, please.
Oh, imagine. I don't think it was from what I saw, to be honest.
As I was saying, though,
Raya, all day.
as I was saying, the reason I think this is another good season, this is the first year that I remember for Arsenal where we are going to the Etihad and doing well. We're beating Liverpool. We're beating Tottenham. We're beating Chelsea 5-0. Not Chelsea this year. We're beating United. There's no longer a team in the Premier League I'm scared of. Whereas last season, we'd go to Liverpool and we'd be like,
wait, is this a penalty for Tottenham? Because he's
Could be.
hit the ball. He's hit the ball, and then Rice has just booted him in the leg when the ball's gone.
Oh,
It's a penalty. That
he's gonna give it.
That has got to be a penalty for Tottenham.
Yeah, he's off to
He
the
knees the ball, and then Rice just boots him.
He's gone to the monster.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no, it's still checking it. 85th minute, and it looks like Tottenham.
Oh, he's going. You know what happens when they go to the monitor?
I don't think they've ever not give it.
Who takes it though?
I still think it's 3-2 though.
Son,
Werner. Go on, give it Werner.
Ball's
Came
gone.
off in
Yeah,
the
look,
30th minute, mate.
it's because he needs the ball as well. Yeah, that's got to be a penalty on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been given.
Fucking right.
It's a penalty for Tottenham.
Squeaky bum time.
To make it 3-2.
Go on, Via. Best keeper in the league.
If they end up pulling this back and making it 3-3 at last minute because of that Raya howler.
If Via saves this, is he best keeper in the league? Is what we're saying.
Nah.
Not after that fucking shambolic piece of play.
That'll make up for this
that was
game.
awful. Is that Son?
Yeah.
It's the 85th minute. Son is on the penalty for Tottenham. Tanny took it away.
There'll be a few minutes I did on, at least 4 I did onto this as well. What's
Yeah.
Raya doing up there? Oh, what am I on about?
What do you mean? Via's in that, mate.
Bro's lost it. I didn't even question it, to be honest. I just
I
thought.
don't know what went through my mind, but it's like he'd come from behind him and he was walking towards his own net.
Yeah, he was on the edge of the box, wasn't
I just clearly lost my fucking marbles.
Son has scored his last 5 penalties. Can he score against Raya, who's not had the best game in the
How
world?
much faith do you have in Raya right now, Theo?
I don't think he's saved a pen. I don't think Ramsdale or Via I don't think they've ever seen them either of them save a pen. Maybe one.
Well, there's a first time for everything, isn't there?
They've gone wide.
Son steps up in
Go
the
on,
North London derby to
on,
give
right,
us
yeah.
a tasty ending. Is he going to bag it?
Person holding career flag up behind.
You know. Son.
Bottom right.
Son, absolutely fantastic penalty. Raya goes the right way but doesn't get anywhere near it.
Great pen.
There's probably going to be about 8 minutes left here for Tottenham to pull this back. It's now 3-2 to Arsenal.
Squeaky bum time.
Theo, are you feeling afraid or have you got it in the bag?
Oh, I'm scared shitless, mate. Fucking hell.
I respect the
I'm
honesty.
not confident in the slightest. This is a game where Arsenal could fucking draw.
Oh,
Come on, boys,
this
come
is going to be
on.
an unbelievable finish to this game.
At least I've seen us score.
As much as Leicester are back in the Premier League, Ellis, small one for you. Derby County are back in the Championship
Yeah.
after getting promoted from League One. Are you excited to play them next year?
Can't wait, mate. Honestly.
It's going to be a fun one, huh?
And yeah.
Gabriel and Rich Allison squaring up, the countrymen.
Richarlison's a fucking bastard.
He's
I don't
he's
really
a
like
wanker,
him.
innit?
I fucking hate him.
And he's not very good either, that's the thing.
No, he's just shit and intolerable and fucking does a pigeon when he
Oh.
fucking scores. Yeah, like what? Look at look
And he
what,
went over
look
as
what
well.
He does. Look what he does. He keeps on running, looks at Gabriel, falls down. What a fucking cunt.
Rich Allison just absolutely takes out
What
Gabriel.
a fucking prick.
I'm surprised they want to book him for that, to be honest.
Twat. I bet it's fucking
Arsenal
shot.
free kick, though. Whoa.
No, Richarlison's fair. Richarlison's fair game. Kivior, good. Kivior. Love Kivior. Better than Zinchenko, in my opinion.
Who's going off? Odegaard. Odegaard for Kivior. It's a bit of a mad one, because if Tottenham do equalise, he's probably one you'd want to actually get on it.
And he's also the one that's going to win the ball back. Okay.
Someone in the comments said, don't we all love a 3-0 comeback?
Jesus. I'm assuming Zinchenko going midfield then.
Honestly, I didn't know that Lo Celso still played for Spurs.
Oh, yeah. He cost them quite a lot as well, didn't he?
Yeah. And I've just seen him on bench, like Brian Gill. Happened to him either.
I thought he was still fucking about on loan in the Spanish league.
But either.
Arsenal on the edge of the Tottenham box. It'd be quite nice for you now, Theo, if Arsenal got a sneaky goal, wouldn't it?
On a
And
ball.
they've got a corner,
Just
which
top,
they've
mate.
done really well from so far this game.
I like Basuma.
Yeah, Bissouma's good. He was kind of seen as a bit of a flop at first at Tottenham.
Yeah, but he's just, I don't know. I don't think he's all special, but
He's just all right.
he's not like the Kante people comparing him to and saying he was going to be. But
Yeah, but no one really believed that, did they?
well, I don't know. People just sort of say it, but
Arsenal with a corner. Can they make it a comfortable finish? There's only a minute left.
who's
of
better,
normal time?
Kante or Rodri in their peak in the Premier League?
Kante.
Kante.
I think so. I think Kante was a different type of player as well.
Yeah.
Arsenal. Oh, a fantastic clearance. Is that
So dangerous
Van
from
der Ven?
corners, man.
See, this is why Van der Ven was in my 11. Was he in yours?
Yeah,
He was an honourable mention. I'd Pau
was
Torres
it?
just ahead of him, but for me, it's very
Yeah, that is
few and far
close.
between.
To be honest, I found it really. I didn't get a Villa player in there, and I really want.
I
Oh,
got
no,
Watkins,
Watkins.
yeah.
Watkins.
I said the same thing. I was like, I don't, but then you remember what?
Yeah. No, but I was so close to putting Digne in. I
yeah,
was so
Diaz.
close to
Not
putting
Alex Moreno
Torres in.
though as left back.
Yeah, but he's been injured
Yeah.
even more than Digne this year. Surprised you didn't have Ashley Cole in there.
Well, all shitty mouth.
Oh, Arsenal with another corner. Getting put into dangerous positions, them though.
6 minutes added on. That's gone.
That's gone.
Was it a goal kick?
He's got that out pretty well. 6 minutes additional time. Can Tottenham do anything with it?
I'm just gonna go to the toilet for 6 minutes.
Nah,
You reckon?
well,
That was me on Monday against Middlesbrough, and it was all for fucking nothing.
well, we'll talk about that a little bit after the game. I just wanted to be concentrated on this for now.
Well, that's a good sign of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, because usually I'll be chatting that much. I'm not actually paying attention to what's going on, but Tottenham are kind of on the attack.
How would you feel if Richarlison scored against you right now?
I won't be here again. I won't be on podcast again.
Slap a tenner on Richarlison to score, then get a yellow card.
My
Definitely take his top off.
favourite
What were
moment
your
of all
bets?
time.
Oh yeah, cabbaged.
Cabbage.
Son scored. I think that
What,
might have been the
Trossard?
only one. No, I had Trossard as well.
What do you think of that Johnson at Tottenham? Because he's had a pretty successful season overall.
What were
hasn't
they?
he?
It was like 40 million, wasn't it?
Yeah,
50?
but still, it is his first year.
I don't think anyone was really expecting like loads for him, but he has.
Well, that's what I mean. I didn't
He's
think he'd be
chipped
that
in.
good, but he has been.
For me, I just think he's another player that's too weak for the Premier League. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I just think he's too gets pushed over the ball too easily.
Yeah, but he's had a.
To be fair, he was playing
Obviously,
alone up front for Nottingham Forest, and
far better player. But you know how like Brendan Aronson
Yeah.
just gets bullied off the ball. I just think I don't think he'll ever be
No, I don't think it's the same level at all.
unreal.
Arsenal with a free kick, which Havertz has won. Havertz has had a very good game, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Silence.
standard.
Everyone went.
Yeah,
No, he did. He
Kai
has.
Havertz.
So this puts
Man,
Arsenal back at the top of the league then. How does it look?
Yeah.
How does the Premier League look should Arsenal keep hold of this
Let me have a
victory?
look at the table. Like I said, I'm confident Tottenham gets something against City.
That's what you need, isn't it?
We need that. I think they won't get it elsewhere. We're 4 points out of City then. Obviously, they got two games in hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the two games that ruins it, isn't it?
If they draw against City, do we win the league if we got defeated?
You got better goal difference.
Yeah, miles better.
Yeah, well, you've got Manchester United to play as well, haven't you? Which is that at Old Trafford?
Is that
though?
Old Trafford? But I'm not too worried about that.
You shouldn't say things like that on the internet.
Is that the Bayern one?
Oh, free kick for Tottenham in a dangerous position. A smart foul from Saliba, but definitely a foul. Surprised he's not been booked for it, to be honest.
Ref's allergic to his yellows this game.
yeah,
I mean, to be fair, it's actually been a pretty good game, though. It's pretty free-flowing, isn't it?
That's what you want.
Tottenham with a free kick. 3 minutes left of extra time. Oh, imagine Van der Ven. I just want Van der Ven or Richarlison to score. In fact, I don't. I want Arsenal to win.
Yeah, same, to be fair.
A Tottenham corner.
From a non-biased perspective, I want Arsenal to win in the sense of let's push it to the final day.
Yeah, that's what,
that's
what I want.
It'd be fucking boring if City just win the league.
No, that's what I mean. Obviously, I have no love for City. That's why I'd rather Arsenal win it. Someone said Kante's not on Rodri's level. No way. I think he was.
I can hear both shouts.
No, he was.
Kante
though,
played
wasn't
as an 8 towards
for a couple of years.
Different kind of old midfielders, aren't there?
Kante ended up being an 8 for a bit.
Rodri's just calm, composed, gets in the right positions, play a pass, but Kante was just like an engine, just sprinting
No one
non
wanted to
stop
play
all
against
game.
N'Golo Kante.
Yeah.
Kante was quality for a long time.
Could you ever see Rodri getting into all-time 11s?
No,
Yeah.
not really.
I think he could if he keeps doing it for another 3 seasons. Yeah.
Over Vieira?
I think the problem is Rodri has less amazing attacking moments in comparison to Vieira.
Let's
he
moan.
pops up with a
No,
few
he
good
does, he
goals.
does, but
in compared
Vieira-
to comparison to Vieira.
Did he go in Champions League?
Yeah, it's final, 1-0.
Final, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great goal.
So yeah, maybe he does actually. I think.
Yeah, he scored a decent goal against was it against Real Madrid last season in
Tottenham?
the Champions League?
Oh,
Willing.
Tottenham on the edge of the box again. Really
Oh,
poor play.
Great defending.
He's definitely got it in his repertoire.
Go on, Kai.
Oh.
Havertz.
Nah, is that Van der Ven?
So rapid.
Van der Ven is so good.
This is why he's in team of the season.
I'd like to clarify him and Pato is. You don't really. It's interchangeable for me.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't argue with it.
Go on. Minute, lads.
A minute left for Arsenal to hold on to it. Tottenham have had them under the hammer. To be honest, Theo, how are you feeling about this game? Because to me, Tottenham have generally been the better team. I know that's a weird thing to say.
I don't know if they have.
Do you not think no? But there was that period in the first half. Tottenham send it in.
Ooh,
That's
go.
a corner for Tottenham.
I think this. Even if we win 3-2, I feel like that could knock our confidence a lot.
This game.
Even if
I
we
wouldn't
win
say no.
3-2.
If you keep hold of the victory, I
To
wouldn't
be
think
fair,
it.
you've still gone to Spurs away.
You were
It's
3
not-
0. You were 3
Yeah,
You
but I
expect
just.
a game like this.
Here he is, keeper at season apparently. See if he gets one.
Vicario's in the box for Tottenham. Last 20 seconds.
Oh my god.
Horrible
He's done what
corner.
Saka does.
Why did he volley that from edge at box as well? Does keep bouncing back out to Tottenham though, which is hopeful for them.
Oh, don't foul him. Well played. Well done.
Martinelli does well there. 10 seconds left. Technically, I'm sure that they'll let him have one last attack. Son whips it in for Tottenham. Out of play, and that
Easy.
should be it.
That is that.
Full time.
Come
and
on!
Arsenal 3.
That's it. The title's still on. Whether
Arsenal
you want to believe
3.
it or not.
Thank Thuck.
Arsenal 3, Tottenham 2.
Thank Thuck.
Theo, how do you feel about that?
Try again.
Thank fuck.
Third time lucky.
That sounds and looks to me like relief after cruising
Yeah.
at 3-0. It's sloppy
was
from
panic.
Raya that gets them back
Panic.
into the game. You've got to look at that. That was a pivotal moment in it. You're cruising 3-0. Could have maybe even added to it, but that one goal from a stupid mistake, an unnecessary one.
Yeah,
allows
David
them back
Rice
into the
silly from
game.
him.
It's
think
as
that-
they said, it's unnecessary. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's just unnecessary. Just
No,
fucking
that was
get
a
rid of it.
fantastic analysis. That was like some Sky Sports level shit right
Just
there.
get rid of it though.
But yeah, I mean, that's why I had Pickford in there.
Scumbag.
I
We've
ain't
got the
editing that out
recording,
for
bro.
you. That's staying in.
What's your price?
Well, what should we talk about Leeds or should we call it?
Who's on my
I'm
Leeds?
happy to talk about Leeds briefly.
Well,
LOL.
Leeds got absolutely tonked 4-0 by.
Some point at 5 o'clock, mate.
Yeah, we'll be good. We've got 10 minutes. It's not that far ahead, isn't
to
it?
get in Leeds station.
Oh, to Leeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just call it.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll save it for next week
Come back for more Leeds chatter.
because next
Seth?
week is the day after.
Yeah, we'll